What's up, sis? I hope you had an awesome weekend, free retirement. Thank you for coming. What is happening? I am wiped out, completely knocked off my feet. Whew. Man, it's been a long, busy. Ooh, honey, I don't even know how I'm doing it right now. Hey, somebody here. I'm at the crib. Oh my goodness, I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm talking about tapped out. I gotta definitely get it together. Hello, DJ Wiz. How you doing? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh boy, I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm gonna tell you, I'm worked out. How about that? Honey, let me tell you. Ooh wee, is all I can say. Boy, do I feel it from the rooter to the tutor. Honey, it's been long. I had, it's been a lot. That's and I'm not complaining, but it's been a lot. I am completely, and I even had a live going here, but I wasn't able to get at it because I really got it in. This was like, the Mondays that people be not wanting to have. And honey, man, I can feel it. I mean, this is going down through the body, the feet, the back. And it's not to complain, but I'm just keeping it real. It's been one of them, them Mondays, because I had said a long time ago, I don't want to live in the dread about Mondays. You know how Mondays has that bad stigma. I had that under control, but lately, it's been something off the hook there. I thank you so much for coming, pre-retirement. I thank you so much for coming, DJ Wiz. Thank you so much. Oh, P1, what's up in the building, P1? How you doing? Thank you for coming. Happy Monday, whatever that may be, because I promise you, I don't complain. I mean, we're going through it. You know how that be. But man, I'm feeling hit. I promise you, I'm feeling hit. Listen, today, I got it in. I got it in. I better be getting paid for real. Because man, listen here. Oh my goodness. I had to do what I had to do. It just, wow. And I had so much control over having these kind of Monday feelings. Because I didn't like having that. You know how a lot of people have that about, working. And Mondays, it's like, like with us, it'd be Monday, like, we don't try to be that way, and even if you do that, it don't necessarily mean you complaining. Sometimes, life is life, and you know what I mean? And then when we, with us, we sing, when it's on Wednesday, we sing, Happy Hump Day, it's Hump Day. So that means, you're halfway through the week, at least for us, right? But man, when you have to work the 7 days, the weekends too. Whoa, Jack, whoopee, whoa, Jack. And like I said before, I have a way of, being able to do what I got to do and run my life. So, I basically, a lot of times, if anybody comes to my live and I'm not there, most likely it's because I'm busting my butt. Do you hear me? And I pop in whenever I can, if you get a break, you're ready to have some lunch, you know how that goes. I'll do it like that, but for the most part, I basically, get in where I fit in, y'all, and I promise you. Oh, they got me popping. I mean, I'm caught slipping. Oh, I am caught slipping. Hello, Susanna. Thank you so much for coming. How you doing? I appreciate you stopping in. Blessings to you. You guys are going to probably hear some noise in my background because I'm at the crib. Finally, I busted out. Even though I set up a live, A lot of times, like I said, when people come through and they miss me, and I apologize for that, but that's because I'm working it out. Y'all know how that go. But I'm gonna tell you, I've been hit. I got turned up. You hear me? And I'm feeling it, y'all. And then this, I wish I could have caught you, Miss 50, because with that eclipse, I tell you, a lot of people don't take a lot of this stuff out here serious. But that stuff like that, these are different things that mean something. A lot of people, everybody running around screaming, and I'm not judging nobody because I don't want nobody to come here and flip out on me. But I'm gonna tell you, folks take this stuff as some kind of clown, silly foolishness. But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Any of this stuff that happens like this, I turn to God, and I'm not judging nobody that's not believers, but I'm telling you, all this stuff is in the Bible. These things don't happen for the sun and the moon to get that close. Listen here, somebody's talking to y'all. Somebody talking to us. Hello. Don't everybody see what's going on? And this is what I keep saying. Every time I turn around, I don't, and I'm not judging nobody or telling nobody to feel or come in here to complain or argue or act a fool, but I'm telling you, it's like a matrix. I don't know if anybody ever seen that movie called The Matrix, but it's like the matrix. Every time I turn around, it's Monday, it's Friday. It's Monday, it's Friday. And I don't care where you live at in the universe or the planet, wherever you are in the world. Everybody seasons is blending into seasons. And this has been a minute now. This ain't just now. This has been a minute now. I got some folks that's up in New York that just told me recently they just had a snowstorm when we're supposed to, they're supposed to be moving into spring. You get what I'm saying? And I know it's hard, for it just to jump from one climate to the next, but I mean snowstorming and all that kind of stuff. And then you had a situation where they had, it was sunshine and pretty good warm weather, and hail was coming down. Anybody in the house, hello to my believers. Hello, come on. Look at the sun and moon before the eclipse, y'all. Come on. There is something being told to us here, and we have to get ourselves together. This is not a game. Yes, and this stuff is already in the Bible. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh yeah, about the eclipse and everything else too. And this is what I keep saying. See, unfortunately with folks, they have to have something big and monumental to happen for them to wake up to the reality. People, and I'm not telling nobody what to do, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are buying glasses and stuff and videotaping it. I got somebody that sent me a picture of this eclipse stuff at different stages. And a lot of people looking at this as just some kind of fun and excitement. I mean, maybe it is for them, but I'm telling you, God is talking to us. Hello, please, y'all. I just want everybody to get where they need to be at. This is not a game, guys. None of this stuff like this is a game. She says, yes, it's not consistent. I spoke about it in the video. Heard it. Amen. Then I deleted it. Warn and pray for others. Amen, Miss 50. Yes, ma'am. And my family members said they peeped at my live because I had my live running. They look at my live wherever they're at. And, I was out doing my thing. And they read your, what you said about what's going on and get somewhere and chill out. And I promise you, people was running around here like this is some kind of game. And I'm not saying to enjoy beautiful things that happen and that is, something that's, wow. But that's the problem with it. Wow. Define what wow means. Wow ain't always a good thing. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? People say wow for a lot of reasons. And like you said, Miss 50, and like I know, listen here, y'all, please. Yes, ma'am, pre-retirement, yes, but they can't see, yes. You see, and I promise you, and and you be feeling these vibes because you already know. Didn't y'all hear about they had an earthquake somewhere, and how many millions of people felt that wasn't even near there? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is not a game. And the thing, what kills me about this kind of stuff is that these are simple things. You can't live in a fantasy. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm not telling nobody, because see, when you come here and talk on these type of things like YouTube and stuff, people want to bug out and stuff. And the thing is with me, and I promise you guys, I know that I don't feel that I'm saved. And I'm saddened by that, but you know what? I have to be honest that I am working on it, and I don't think I'm where I need to be. But I'm not going to come on here and lie and try to pretend that I'm perfect and I don't make mistakes. But I'm telling you, I'm staying woke. You understand? I am working on my salvation. Do you hear me? I don't care what other mistakes I make throughout the day, falling on my own sword. I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm listening to knowing what I know. I got folks that's way older than me that I can sit down, that's 90 something years old, and they can tell me something about things that happened and what it meant from when they were, in that era, when that stuff happened. And I know with me, I pay attention to that stuff. I keep telling people, and I've been saying this for a long time, but sometimes when you talk to people think you be bugging out, which I don't care, because I try my best to spread and share what I know that is right. I'm not coming here just making up no kind of scriptures that I think is supposed to go together with this, and this pastor told me this. No, this God's word. And you have to understand the difference between the old scripture and the new scripture, but you also got to know something about what God is saying to you personally, because no matter what we do, I don't care who you are. You came with nothing, you leave with nothing. When I get in front of God, I don't care if I'm standing next to a trillionaire. Do you think that if I'm in, a middle class or whatever you want to call me, I don't even label myself because I'm a child of God. But I'm just saying, do you think that God is going to say, well, this person is a trillionaire and Rruk, you're middle class, so you're going here and they're going here? He don't care about none of the talents. He's the one that gave it to us. But when you come in front of him, it don't matter about none of that. We got to, and I'm trying to tell folks, because I'm learning myself, but people think this is a game. If you folks was acting a fool from what I could see, and I was trying to stay from it. You get what I'm saying? But you look out the window and you see what's going on. People don't understand. That's not right for it to be getting dark all of a sudden. It didn't come back and it's crossing that close together. You know what kind of explosion? Let me shut up. Woo, woo. Let me see what Miss 50 is saying. She says, this night some people are sleeping through their alarm. Yes, and pressing snooze, just pre-retirement. She said the Father is speaking. Yes, ma'am, Miss 50. And I know exactly what you're saying. That's why I don't, and this is the problem that I keep trying to explain to people. I understand, like I'm going to give you an example, and I'm not trying to disrespect nobody or shade nobody. I'm not going to call nobody named out or anything like that. But I had a live going here a couple of days back, and I was just talking about different stuff that, I'm struggling with, and that I do have negative thoughts, and I'm working on it. And I was explaining about, how somebody was rude to me in the store, and I ignored it for a while. Then I did finally say something. This person pops up in the live. Well, no, because if somebody throw a rock at me, I'm going to catch it and tell them I love them. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because I'm spreading cheer and joy. This negative, I'm not with negative. This is what you talk negative. First of all, let me tell you something. Let's rewind it back quick. Number one, I don't know who's catching no bricks. First of all. Secondly, no shade. I was just in your live, and you were just saying how you just cursed somebody out, and plus you're behaving sexual in the live you got going right now, sis. I know you're not coming here trying to, because even if I wasn't as far as you are in your walk with God, you don't come over here and stone me or knock me down. Lift me up. If you see a queen's crown crooked, fix it. You understand? But see, that ain't what that is, baby. We're not gonna come on here, because see, this ain't no fantasy island. Do you understand what I mean? And you ever notice about fantasy island, that comes to an end. And if you coming in the live and somebody is talking about their truth, though, you got to understand, and it doesn't mean that it's right necessarily, but what I was saying was the truth, and it was my truth. But it doesn't mean that it didn't happen just because you feel that you're more higher up in where you're walking at with God. Because with the eclipse, now, if you where you say you are, what message are you taking from that other than getting some glasses and talking about laying out on the beach when this happened with suntan lotion on? You're not feeling the message that you're trying to give me. That's all I'm saying. No shade to nobody. I don't know what these folks be doing here or what they trying to say here, but I'm going to tell you something. You can't out God, and you can't out Christian me. That's not what we're talking about. When I come on here and talk with folks, I am living, learning, and I'm telling you exactly what happened to me. And when I be talking about this stuff, ain't nobody playing no games. And the thing is so weird that I don't get with folks is that that you don't have to come to YouTube and put up no kind of fake front to prove anything to anybody, because first of all, you got to, answer to God. Secondly, you got to live it with yourself at the end of the day. You can come on here and discuss stuff that is honestly straight up, about something else, instead of sharing your life and being honest about it. And I think that a lot of times, when I be on here talking, a lot of people don't understand you got two ears and one mouth for a reason. Be quick to hear and slow to speak. And me, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't disrespect anybody, but I am the type that if I go to somebody's live, first of all, I promise you guys, and I'm not bragging or trying to showboat or any game playing like that, but I don't come in anybody's lives looking for no subscribers and no game or no disrespect to argue with anybody in the live or even to argue with the host. I come for the host. And if there's other people that I see in the live and we can click and holler at each other, that's fine. But I'm not sitting here ready to write a pen and paper because I'm using you to try to get a come up on some people that you know. YouTube is too easy for that, man. Listen, do the work. Shoot your best shot and see what's happening, man. Nobody care about none of that. Don't come arguing with nobody about nothing. Even if you're dealing with somebody that's doing something negative, you going over there arguing, what does that do? That makes two fools, doesn't it? Just think about it. Why bother? You don't even have to be there. They're going to do what they do, whether you approve of it or not. And if it's something that you don't like, why get caught up and bring yourself down on the lower level to play games with people? It doesn't make sense. She says, respect the one. It's crooked. And keep it moving. That's just how I am too, Miss 50. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I promise you, this is one thing people don't understand. Even when you become, if you consider yourself a Christian, I mean, all the way got it together, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, you can't tell me that you ain't gonna never get mad again. You ain't gonna never have no evil thoughts, and you ain't gonna make no mistakes. Let's just shut this down and let's stop playing. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said before, I don't do all that. And I'm not judging anybody, but I'm not into. I want to be called Pentecostal, Baptist. I don't go to church for a label. I go to serve as a fellowship, and I consider myself as trying to become a Christian. That is about it. But whoever want to go under them stipulations and them names and stuff, that's their business. But I'm not with that. I even listen to Farrakhan. I've listened to Malcolm X. I take a little bit of genre from every different type of religion that they have. But I feel that with me, I just rather call myself a Christian, or I'm trying to become Christian. But so many people, even you look at these pastors and stuff like this, and no disrespect, because there is a lot of good pastors out here, but a lot of times people are looking at you for what you got instead of who you are. You understand? And this is what I always tell my family, and I'm not going to stop. I want you to understand that you have to click with me and have a relationship with me on a spiritual level as well as physical, because of the fact that when I'm not here one day, I want you to be able to deal with it and know that I am present with the Lord and I'm okay, and not spend your life in turmoil and hate and scared and fear. Because when somebody passes away in your life, they get, people get turned up and mixed up, and it's okay. It's okay to express your feelings and feel what you feel. You know what I mean? Yep, we are serving the Father. You know what I'm saying? But when you have somebody that throw their life away, and I know a whole lot of people that have thrown their life away when they've lost somebody. I've done it more than one time. I've wasted a lot of my years, and I know that God has a plan for all that, but I'm just being honest with you of how I float, what I've been through. How you doing, Stephen? Thank you so much for coming. Happy Monday. I appreciate you stopping in. Got your sister up in the building, and we chilling and laughing and talking and keeping it real as well. But I promise you, I can't do that. Do you get what I'm trying to explain to you? I'm not in competition with anybody. You get what I mean? I'm not finna get on a tier where I enter the church that I got to do this. I thank you so much for stopping in, Mr. Stephen. I appreciate you, and I hope you're doing well. And I thank you. I appreciate you and your channel. And I appreciate you stopping by and spending some time. We're just talking about a lot of different stuff, because I know that a lot of folks are breaking their necks. He says after wasted years as well. Too many, Miss 50, I just got through. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, and no disrespect to anybody. This is what happened. Now, we're going to say this in two different ways, and both of them going to be right. You ever know how when you're in a line at a store, right? When they open up a register, they always say next in line. Usually next in line means the person that's next after the person that's being rung up, right? Okay? Right. Y'all get what I'm saying? And it may be different states and places of that, so I'm not trying to tell y'all how it is where y'all at, but that's what I've learned. You know what I mean? working places, and also understanding the rules and regulations of how a store runs, whether it's a grocery store, Walmart, Winn-Dixie, Kroger's, wherever. You get what I'm saying? HEB, wherever you at, Sears, anywhere. You get what I'm saying? And what happened was we were all in line, and a cashier opened her. She turned the light on, but never said nothing, and just standing there. So I said to her, now I was behind like four people. So I said to her, I said, "Are you open?" And she said, "Yeah, come on." This is what she gave me instructions to do. So I tapped the guy, that was in front of me and said, "You can go ahead because you were in front of me." She didn't say any alphabetical order. And then I went, and some lady came rushing up real wild up on me. And I said, and I got in line. Well, I was there before him. And I said, "Well, listen, ma'am, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I the way the line was so long, I didn't even see you there. Secondly, you didn't even know the line was open. The girl did not announce, and she told me. So I made sure that I had the cash register lady say, I did tell her to come over here. No, I didn't do it in any alphabetical order, because she was trying to start something up. You know what I'm trying to, I know what I'm trying to say here. And I smoothed it out so good with her that we started talking about God. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? We started talking about God because I told her I'm a grown woman and you are too, and I can tell that you're a lot older than me and I respect you. But at the same time, that did not happen the way you're saying it. And if you feel that some kind of way, you can go ahead of me. But that's not what happened here. And then the couple that I let go ahead of me wasn't even grateful to say thank you, because they weren't called next either. And then by right, she wouldn't have been the next person either, because there was somebody ahead of her and somebody else was stuff on the conveyor belt. You see how people try to get turned up. Now there could be a time now, y'all. Let me be. Now let me set it straight. Now you could have caught me at a different time, and it may happen again, y'all, because he's driving the wheel for me. Now I could have been a little cool. Come on, let's be real. What are you talking about? You come on. Now maybe y'all better and more saved than me, whoever, whatever. But I'm telling you who I am. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, you may catch me another time, and I could have been like, well, they didn't tell you that. They talking to me. You know how you can be. You know how we can be. Let's call it a spade, y'all. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how you can be, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with being clear and precise. Listen, ma'am, there's no need for you to yell at me like that. The lady called me over here. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Or you could have been like, well, too bad. You know how it can be. Honey, I know she ain't talking to me. Oh, yeah, you know we do. And I don't care what nobody say. Come on. You understand what I mean? Because you got to look at it for what it's worth. You ain't in heaven yet. You don't even know if you're going to make it to heaven. So you can't say what you would and would not do, because people change for different reasons. People change because they're going through something medically, physically, financially. You could be saved and saying you got to get together and and run into a situation that you didn't even know you was going to react that way, and drop down a little bit. You know what I mean? Not drop down and get your ego on. I'm talking about drop down a little bit. You know how we do? The other day. Waited my turn. See, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not into all of that stuff, because first of all, people don't understand patience is a virtue. I don't care who you are, where you come from. You sit your butt there, and when you're at the hospital and you waiting for somebody to come out of surgery, I dare you go knock on that door where they having their surgery at. I dare you try to flip out on the nurse that's coming out time to time to let you know how everything is going, and you see what patience going to be all about. You heard? Oh yeah, listen up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's stop playing games, and I promise you, I handled that well, but there may be a time that I may not. And there has been times I have not. And no, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not bowing down, kissing the Pope ring. I'm not with all that. Listen to me. Keep it real. Keep it real, because you got to live with yourself at the end of the day. I don't care who you get in front of and clown and tap dance and charm and smile so hard they can see your cavities, perpetrating the fraud, trying to act like you got it going on. You this perfect person. I'm holier than thou. Look at the cross on me. Look at my Christian jewelry. Look at my bumper sticker. That don't mean nothing if it ain't real. Because if it's more important to you to put on a show for people and disrespect God, all right, here we go. We put the truth in front of a lie, don't we? paint it up all pretty, don't we? Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Your patience is tested under trial. And sometimes we lose it. Amen. Amen. Amen, Miss 50. Sometimes we lose control here. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And I don't care what nobody say. I've had people that I know for a fact, like I'm going to give you an example. This one pastor, and like I said before, we just because we're calling somebody a pastor, we feel that they're saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. Well, how many people you know that got their doctrine that ain't even really saved, brainwashing, lying, and pretending to be, and got everybody fooled? So we have to assume because we want to believe. We know God for ourselves. They're preaching to us, and they're filling your cup. They seem to be on the same level, so you give them their props and say, yeah, it seems like they're walking, they're talking, but this is all I'm supposed to know about them. You get what I'm trying to explain to you? This is all I'm supposed to know about them, but at the same time, you really don't know. You really don't know. Just like with famous people, God has given folks gifts for a reason. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you tell me what you know, and it's not just no disrespect. Even if you're talking about the king and the queen and a millionaire, trillionaire, what do you know about these people? Okay, what you know? All right, you know possibly when their birthday is, who they married to, how much money they possibly make, what's their zodiac sign, all of this little stuff like this. But do you know the fame, or do you know the person? Do you know the fleshly person opposed to the physical, like how they act and what they do? And what about the spirit? Do you know their spirit? Because people can put on the front. You understand what I mean? And tap dance around here like they got it going on. And you believe because they seem to be on the same level as you. Anyways, I was saying with this pastor said that they had a conference that they were supposed to go to. So they had already, this conference was set up, for them to do it in front of millions of people, and this conference was set up booked way ahead of time. So when it came to the day that they were having the conference, they said that the pilot told them that there was going to be a delay, and the pastor started saying, "Oh man, oh gosh, a delay! I got stuff to do. I had plans. I'm upset now. Oh no." You know what I mean? And she said, and they said to the pastor, they said, "Listen, cast your care. You are the pastor. These are things that you would preach to other people, so now you have to take your own advice." And the pastor said, "No, shut up. I want to be mad." Do you think there's a problem because the pastor said that? No, because they're only human. Another pastor said that they was preaching to thousands of people, and when they got back in the room, that the devil was at them. The demonic spirit was hitting them. The demonic spirit told them to put a pow pow in their mouth and let it all out. After they just had preached the service. Let's be real about this. You know how this go, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She says no drama. Share the. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it, Miss Lady, Miss 50, my sis. He says I usually let the person in front of me or behind me go to the next cashier when they say open all the time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And I understand what you mean, Stephen. And see, that's the whole thing. My thing is, what I'm saying is that the cashier didn't even do. She didn't even call nobody at all. It looked like she didn't even want to work. So I seen her with the light on. So I asked her, could I come? And she said, yeah, come on. And it wasn't this person, that person, or whoever, but I made the decision of trying to be halfway decent, which I wanted to do it, is that the person that was ahead of me go, because the other people, it was like 3 people ahead of them, and they had this stuff on the conveyor belt with dividing sticks. So I figured they're not going to want to, take all this stuff back off and put it all in the carriage to run over to this register. And that's all it was, because see, first of all, I wasn't in no hurry. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? It wasn't in no hurry. It wasn't about disrespecting nobody, trying to show off, or trying to act like I'm an extra super Christian and I'm doing something special and I want everybody to look at me. I was just doing what come natural. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's say it, y'all. He says, I am 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much, Mr. Steven. I appreciate you, and blessings to you and your families. You too, take care, and thank you so much, Miss 50. And everybody too, no disrespect, I know you know this 50, but look for changes though. Since this eclipse stuff went down, look for some different changes, you guys. If you haven't seen some things already, it's happening, and there's going to be more stuff, y'all. Thank you, sis. God bless you. bless you, and I appreciate you for coming, sis. But yeah, I can't do that because I realize with me, when you first of all, you don't like to put the truth in front of a lie, as I say. And secondly, we don't have to pretend if we make mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. And you know that God knows what you're gonna do before you do it, right? But He gives us free will. And even if you make that mistake, He's already made the decision to allow you to make that mistake because you got free will and to have plans on how to deal with you for that mistake that you made. So you don't need 50 people tap dancing on your brain or verbally yelling at you for something that you did that only God can really handle and take care of. You know what I mean? And then to keep it real too, because there's no need to pretend and lie to other people because you got to live with whatever it is at the end of the day. People are not that important enough for you to get in front and then disrespect God just because you're trying to people please. That's not how it's supposed to work. We're supposed to serve Him. You know what I mean? I mean, like far as the courtesy in the store, I've had times where I have been standing in line for a minute and I've seen somebody that had less stuff than me, and I'll tell them, go ahead because you got less stuff than me. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? I've had times where I've had people that was in line, bless you, had people that were in line in front of me and didn't have enough money to pay for their stuff, and I paid for their stuff, and it wasn't no cheap stuff either. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter the price anyway, you guys. I'm just making a statement here. I've done that. I've had people plenty of times that I've seen, and I remember one woman, and I'm not bragging because I'm not a materialistic person, but I remember one woman that was in the store and she didn't have enough to get what she wanted because she tried to use her credit card, but her credit card didn't work and she only had enough cash to pay for a certain amount of stuff. So she was putting stuff back, and I said, no, I got you. Whatever it is, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. And she was like, no, you don't have to do that. I said, ma'am, I don't even mind. I got you. Don't worry about it. And she went on. I paid for this. I told them to ring the stuff up, and I got it. And I had to make two different separate purchases because, I wasn't in line, right behind her. And by the time I got outside, and I'm not bragging, so please don't misunderstand me, this lady was driving a nice car and everything, and she didn't have no financial problems. She probably was making more money than me, but what happened was she had got a new credit card and it wasn't activated. That's all. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't about that though. And I'm not saying, I went out there, I'm walking, she driving a Mercedes, she got on diamond rings, I got on fake gold and all that. That's not what I mean. It just shows you that it's not about that. I didn't care what she had or didn't have. I was there to do something that I wish somebody would do for me at a time that it was an issue. You know what I mean? And she wanted to go on into some more stuff. You know what I mean with me seeing me outside. And I said, no, I promise you. And she said, wow. And then I was in line another time with a family member, and there was a female with a little child. She couldn't pay for, just something that was about $2 or $3. And I said, I'll pay for it. And she was like, oh, no. I said, honey, listen, you probably do the same thing for me. And they ended up bringing it up with my family member stuff. And my family member, was looking at their receipt, and they're like, wait a minute, what is this extra stuff? And my family member said, oh, they charged me for the stuff that you were paying for the lady. She said, but I would have did it too. You know what I mean? These things happen. These things happen if you're good. You're good, That's all I'm saying. You just do what you got to do. You understand? You know what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of things that I act a fool still, y'all. I'm going to tell you that too. I'm telling you about the good things, but I'm going to tell you about the truth. I'm going to tell you about the real deal. I just yelled at somebody back for cutting me off. Yes, I did. Because they cut all in front of me and then trying to flip the bird at me. And I'm like, you're not safe. Even though I didn't, get crazy with it. Because sometimes you can try to act a fool when somebody been not pull something out on your butt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't worth going around the rest of your life with one eye just because they acting like a fool and you got on their level. But I know there's some people you have to straighten out. I've had people that I had to straighten out. I promise you. And I don't do that often because I'm learning and I'm walking. But I've had people I had to straighten out. I had one lady that came up near me, and then what happened was my carriage, I had my carriage right in front of me, and I'm reading this product. And she talking about, well, you could at least move out the way. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm standing right where I'm supposed to be. I'm purchasing something from here. The carriage is supposed to be right here. Now, if I'm in your way and you need to get something, I can move to the side, but you don't have to say it like that. And I said, okay, ma'am, I'm sorry if I inconvenience you. I said that to her. Blah, 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 blah. She just kept going. I didn't say nothing else to her. I kept looking at the product. She came back around again, y'all. I didn't say nothing else. One of the people that worked there that was, putting some stuff in, on the shelf, they came over and said, what's going on? I said, I have no idea. She said, yeah, I heard the lady going off on you. Would you like me to get security? I said, nope, I'm good. I'm good as long as she going that way. And guess what? She came right back around again. And I said this to her, and I'm going to be honest. I said, listen, ma'am, you're older than me, and there's no need for you to keep running up over here yelling. I'm not the one for that. But I'm going to let you have this whole aisle, and I'm out. Now, I shouldn't have probably said nothing no more and just left it as that and left off all the way to the store. But sometimes that ain't, you know what I mean? The closed mouth don't get fed, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Come on, y'all. Follow me. Get where I'm coming from. Sometimes it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm talking about. For real. Sometimes you do have to say something. And I promise you, I don't know where everybody else come from or people that they consider as Christians or pastors or whoever, but I'm telling you, a lot of people that's on this journey with God don't play that. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? A lot of people that's walking with God will straighten you out, and they'll say it nicely and shut you completely down. You heard? Oh yeah, listening, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Yeah, I hear it. I promise you, this thing goes tickety tick, boom, boom. Wake up, you guys, and smell the coffee, because this is what it is. Yes, yeah, you want cream, you want sugar. Yeah, this is what it is. Oh, you drink tea. Oh, okay, you want orange juice for breakfast. We live, we learn, we travel, we move, we get down. And this is why I said I don't play the game like that, because everybody always try to come around people and make it look like they're really all popping with all of this smile and stuff all the time. I'm gonna tell you, even if you can say, oh, my Aunt Mary and so, you're so sweet, such an angel, that person gets mad and get upset too sometimes, you guys. I don't care if it's the simplest thing. We have emotions that none of us can run from. It's just how we react to them. You understand what I'm saying? It don't mean the thought ain't crossed your mind. And I've had times, and I've seen people that I know that's really, considered as quiet and sweet and low-keyed and very personable, and, oh, they couldn't hurt a fly and that type of thing. And they have simply went down into their kitchen and wanted to have a nice hot cup of coffee and relax. And they don't have no creamer. Or they go out in the paper, they want to have the morning paper while they have their breakfast, and the paper ain't there. They're feeling some kind of way. It doesn't mean you got to get irate and act a fool and argue and curse and swear. But I promise you, everybody ain't what they showing. You understand what I mean? Because people have a way of putting their the best foot forward, because they have a certain kind of conduct that they want to present when they're out, which you are supposed to carry yourself a certain way. You understand what I mean? But at the same time, we all deal with different types of emotions, and it's normal. You got to remember, God is magical. He performs magic and miracle 24/7, 365. But he allows us to have free will. But if he truly wants to stop us from doing a certain stuff, in his will, it will be done. You understand what I mean? It ain't about what we want, about what we saying. If he don't want you to do it, don't want it to happen, he will stop it. But for the most part, he wants to give you the authority to have the free will to make your choice. Even if you fall on your own sword over and over again, God is forgiving, but it doesn't mean that we can keep sinning. So you have to make the choice to get yourself together or sit it down. It's up to you. You make the choice if I want to go to heaven to see the paradise that I was promised. Can't nobody stop me from going there but me. Hello? Do we really feel this? I know I do. Can't nobody stop me but me. That's it. There ain't no, oh, he may have, yeah. Hello, but me. All right? And I'm going to stop talking because I know y'all people busy. I don't see nobody active in the chat, and that's okay. People might be listening quiet in the background, but, I'd like to try to interact a little bit here, and I don't want to seem like I'm talking y'all ears off. So whenever I see somebody back, typing in the chat, I definitely will be back, my darlings. Thank you so much for listening, because I got a whole lot more to go. And I'm going to continue to talk about this, the reality, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to keep telling you different stuff that I did so good. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Well, what happened? Oh, that poor man, he fell down and I wouldn't have picked him up. Oh, that lady, I held the door. You ain't always behaved that way. You done seen some situations like I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta go. When you could have stopped. We all done it. Let's stop. Let's stop. Ain't everything. Look here. Everything ain't kosher. Everything ain't kosher, y'all. You got just like Miss 50 said, like I just said, I done made so many, and I told that lady to, that I just talked to today. I told her that I have made so many mistakes that it's cost me a lot of years of my life, and a lot of hurt and a lot of struggle with forgiving. You understand? I'm not saying that I ain't gonna do it and I don't need anybody. Oh, pray. And if you a Christian, that's not what I'm talking. Listen, I'm talking about being a human, guys. I don't need any extra flip me and down dunk me and all that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you the truth. The truth right now does not need anybody to tell me, oh, you must not be really believing in God. You need to go to scripture 7, 8 point Samuel, Leviticus 12:93. I don't need, that's not what I'm talking about. I am confessing the truth of what I have done and working it out and walking my walk and rocking to the beat and doing my thing. You get what I'm trying to explain to you? Everything, you don't need all of. That's why when I go to people's lives or if I talk to people physically in person, I don't throw out all of that like that. Because sometimes it's not about that. Hear me. Hear me now. Hear me now. Listen to what's being said. Folks don't need all that. Just because if I'm sitting here saying to you, yeah, because I made a mistake, oh, you got to pray on that. Listen. You didn't let me finish, first of all. That's not what's happening right now. You get what I'm trying to explain to you. But anyway, let me go silent because I said I was, and now I will. Said I was, now I will. Said I was, now I will. Thank you, beautiful people. I'm going to go silent for a while, but I'll be back. Hey, what's happening, Forecast? How you doing? I hope I didn't miss you. But anywho, happy Monday. Shout out to you. How you doing? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for coming. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. You living your best life, getting it in, rocking and rolling. How's everything going? I hope everything is good. I'm chilling over here doing my thing. I am tapped out. I've had a busy, busy, long, crazy week. I mean, weekend and starting Monday. Happy Monday to you too. Thank you so much. I promise you, I've been going through the whole weekend. The whole weekend. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my goodness. I am tapped out. Tapped out. I hope you're doing good. How's your Monday going so far, Four Cats? How is your Monday? How is life lifing for you? You good? I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for stopping in. I am trying to unwind, but I tell you, I'm wiped out. I am wired. Just kind of wiped out. A nice hot soap tub and showering down didn't do nothing. And I ain't complaining, but I'm just saying, I've been hit. Came to check on you, haven't heard from you in a while. Yes, I am tapped out, tapped out. I feel it, I promise you. I gotta try to get control of this because this is a lot. You know how it is when we're tired and tuckered. You know, there's a certain kind of way certain things help, but for me, the only thing I think is really gonna help, and I basically I gotta you know how you got that layup type of thing, and I'm not a layup person, so it's gonna be kind of hard for me, but I need to do one of them situations where I have a day that I really just drag around and do the bare minimums of anything and just chillax. You know what I mean? I really got to do that because I can feel it. You know how when you feel and you know that you tapped out and you got to get somewhere and get yourself together. And it's not nothing that I've done to harm myself or anything, you know, but it be like that sometimes, you know, when you get out here and wear yourself out. Who, me? You know you worn out too, ain't you? We had long, honey. We are worn out long. I thought you cried. Oh no, I feel like crying. It's like everything is tapped out because it be like that sometimes, and it's not even you know just about you know you're not taking care of yourself or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but it's just you feel like you know what you're doing and have to do is he really hit you. And I had always you know been so good now for years now of not letting Monday feel like a typical Monday. You know what I mean? But this feels like a typical Monday, and I'm my butt is whipped. And I tell you, I had no choice. I had to do what I had to do, and I really need, like I said, you know how you have a nice hot shower and you soak, relax, and different little things you do around to make yourself feel comfortable. And nothing's worked so far. So when I get like this, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do, and what that means is I need to get in there and you know have a day that I kind of you know how you lounge around the house and don't do too much or nothing. I need to do one of those. I need to do one of those because I'm tore down. I'm tore down and I'm not complaining because you know this is life. Oh, there we go. There we go, Mr. Man. How you doing, Mr. Biscuit? If I'm saying it right, how you doing? Yeah, I hadn't heard from you and I was hoping everything was all right. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. I see you there. I see you there. Much love to you, sir. Much love. Thank you so much for coming in. I thought I'd check on you. Thank you. I appreciate it, you guys, because I know how it is on YouTube and our personal lives and all this stuff going on. Okay, 4 cats. He said, Mountain Shack work was hard today, but I planted a couple little trees in my yard afterwards. Just told him This one, nature into the Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that for cats. That's what I'm talking about. And that's amazing too. And I ended my day doing a bit of nature stuff myself too. I'm a plant mom, so I like my plants, and I got some real tall ones. And I had to, even though I was worn out coming back through, to come home, I had to get them settled in first, so I couldn't just, just leave them any kind of way. Because when you're bringing them from a, environment into, a new environment, you got to get them together. So I mothered them up and got them nice and settled because I love all that type of stuff, gardening and stuff. And I had to get them settled into home, what we call home. And I got to get myself together now. You know what I mean? It is nothing but really sitting back and relaxing. That's what I need. That's all I need to do is, have one of those days and just chill around the house and not do much. Don't cook no big dinners, nothing but lounge in some comfortable clothes and relax. Get in a recliner, snuggle up, and give me one whole day of that, and it'll get me turned back around. You know what I mean? And like you said, nature always does the trick. And I'm so happy that your cats are happy as well too, because I got me some beautiful, beautiful new plant family members here, and I'm excited. And I wanted them to feel comfortable and feel at home because I know that they've been, where they've been for a long time, and I wanted to make them feel comfortable coming here. So I set them up, because a lot of times we'll get plants and just bring them home and sit them up and do what you do. But I got to talk to them a little bit and, share some love and give some hugs and stuff like that. So I did that before I got myself settled in, shower and all that. But I'm feet. Ooh, I have been, I've been through it. And you know what? It feels good too, though. It feels good, and I love to hear about nature because, see, I'm from the old school, off the grid, back in the day. That you know what I mean, and I mean I'm going back where outhouses, and you know what I mean, coming up as a child, with family outhouses, and growing your own crop. Grandfather walked around with a 12 gauge, ran it, he ran it. I mean, I'm talking about deep, deep. Like, if you have it, I'm not trying to be talking negative or anything, but when you have that kind of deep down where when you buy a house, you own the house and the land. You know what I mean? And when you have a death in your family, you bury your own family, that type of stuff. So I'm back from all of that, and it's absolutely a blessing to have in my life because we used to be freer than how we were, because I came from where we were raised up in different backgrounds, from different family ethnic backgrounds, and they were old school. And a lot of times people don't understand in cases like that, less is more. And I think it's made me more of a solid woman because of me understanding how it is to have and not to have, and be all right with not having. You get what I'm saying? I can be just as comfortable going and using an outhouse as I do, in my home, well-furnished bathroom. I got more than one bathroom. Do you understand what I mean? And those times are valued in the way that words can't even say. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Nature. We used to, we were the out the door kids. We didn't get stuck all on this stuff. We were out doing stuff, doing a lot of stuff. I mean, we played and stuff, but it wasn't a lot of all of those, glued to a gaming system constantly and in the house and, on the game and on the computer. We really got out there and did stuff. He said, yes. He says, I just did steamed spiced California shrimp tonight. Easy and tasty. I wasn't in the mood to do any pigs. Speaking of which, I was shotguns all afternoon. Oh, working. I just target. Yes, that shrimp sounds really good, man. I know that's right. That shrimp sounds good. Whoa. Yeah, something nice and easy and tasty, right? I know how that is. I had made a little short video where I had steamed some cabbage. Since country living, yes, yes. And I can tell you about some different types of stuff I experienced from like way down in Fort Valley, Georgia, you know, and different parts of the island like Jamaica and places like that that we, you walk down the street with a cow. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, if I tell you we had such a good time because we were out in nature and having fun. I promise you. We used to go out, and a lot of people, even I do it now. Whenever I go to, like the states, I do it now. But and I know a lot of people think it's weird, but when we have a real like rain, when it's raining real hard, we went outside and washed our cars. Well, I was a child then, but I do it now as an adult myself, just for the fun of it. Yes, I do too. And so, you know what? And it was like we were the only house on the street. You know what I mean? There was no houses for miles. And when you needed something, you had to go into town. You get what I'm saying? There wasn't even, at this point, there wasn't even no lanterns yet. And I was a little wee bitty child. There was no lanterns yet. You had to do everything with the light of day naturally coming in your house from the outside. And after that, it was over. You get what I mean? It was over. It doesn't matter what time the sun went down. When it went down, it was pitch black, and everybody adapted to that lifestyle. And there was a long time when I was down there that there was no lanterns or anything. And then finally they got lanterns, and everything was cooked outside. You know what I mean? And there was a point where my grandparents finally got like a wood burning stove. You know what I mean? But we had those times. I promise you, a lot of people would look at you and say, "Oh, y'all were poor, and y'all were." It wasn't about that. That's the thing that people don't seem to understand. It didn't necessarily have anything to do with being poor. It was a lifestyle. People, they everything that they had, they worked for it and they built. You know what I mean? All of it. If you raise your own cattle and hunt and all of that type of stuff like that, that's what it was. It didn't have nothing to do with being poor. It was how you lived off the grid. You know what I mean? And you worked hard and you enjoy it. I can tell so many stories because there was no stove at one point. There was no stove. We didn't have no TVs, none of that. None of that. And we were better for it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with modern technology, but I'm just saying. 2,000 folks. And that's amazing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That sounds amazing for cats. Absolutely amazing. And I like that small population. That's where I need to be because, man, that is so much better. That is so much better. That is so much better. You know what I mean? And it isn't about being poor because I know a lot of times when I speak like this, you're probably one of the few people that recognize what I'm talking about when I say that. That doesn't mean that you're poor just because you live off the grid and you're independent. I don't think people understand. That doesn't mean that you're poor. And do you know how many family members that I have right now that don't want to change that lifestyle? They don't want modern technology, They don't want that type of stuff. I remember going to the well to get water, all of these things. And I think that a lot of folks don't understand, like you said, it's independence. It's independence, and it's absolutely amazing. And I promise you, we had some awesome, awesome times. And I noticed that, when my family, started moving towards, more technology and in the mainstreams and in the city, things changed. Families started being, more bills, more problems, too many people. You know what I'm talking about? Too many people, too much going on. You know what I'm saying? And folks are getting away from themselves instead of going back. I would love to live with a small population because I am tired. Ooh, I am tired. Oh my goodness, there's too much going on. All of that is free. Absolutely amazing. I could see right now in my head right now when I was a little girl and what we used to do. And then, like my mother and them, they left home and stuff like that and started going up towards the States and stuff. And I could tell the difference of what quality family time and those values that we lost there. I mean, me, myself, I stay glued with my own family, but I'm saying, my family that raised me up. Everybody got into, the cities and lost their good comfort of being off the grid and old school and things of that, and got out here a bit more than what's needed. You know what I mean? And I miss that. I miss that. So with me and mine, we try our best to have it where we go off the grid a lot and we do a lot of old school stuff that a lot of people don't want to be bothered with or don't believe in anymore. You know what I mean? And that consists of not necessarily being on any kind of internet, cell phones, not jumping in a car, walking somewhere, sitting and talking and reading books. And you know what I mean? And not having all this social media and all this fast paced stuff going on. I remember we didn't have no TVs or anything. And as I started growing, they started, deciding they didn't mind having a radio to listen to sometimes. And they started, they got a wood burning stove. I remember there was no washing machine. Clothes was washed by hands by the riverside. I'm just, keeping it real. And I really feel that a lot of that stuff is absolutely amazing. I really have enjoyed that type of lifestyle, and I miss it because it seems like they lost that flavor. You know what I mean? Even one thing I can honestly tell you too, and I'm not disrespect because I don't want nobody to listen in the background and misunderstand anything I'm trying to say here, but I noticed that like elderly people, like a lot of grandparents and folks, when they started coming up to the city, that's when they started having all these medical issues too with their health, heart issues and high blood pressure, and never had any of that before. It says I live in the shack. Nowadays we call it a shack. Saying, yep, that's how I say, because that's what people do. That's how people are. They're too much into worrying about trying to judge other people, and they don't know that you are happy with what you got and what you're doing. And like I said too, with my older family members, they were doing fine, but once they came to the city, you know what I mean, they started having all these problems with high blood pressure, and they were perfectly fine. It's just a lot of stuff people look down on because they want to, you see how it is out here in the world, and especially a lot of people on YouTube, they feel that they represent the ultimate wealth, and that's what everything's about, is wealth, and they look at you as you have nothing. And I remember when I had ran into a friend of mine that I grew up with, and then we got grown, we didn't see each other since we were like preteen, and I finally ran into her, and we were talking, and I was telling her, that I had bought my first house, and she just looked like, your first house? I'm on my third. Like like I wasn't doing all right just because. I said, girl, please. I kind of ended the conversation because I could tell she turned into a snob. No disrespect, I'm being honest. How you gonna tell me that I gotta be on my third house? What if I don't want more than one house? You know what I mean? This is, look, just saying. You know how we do. Y'all know how this is. We all know how this is, Folks are so quick to judge things and try to one up and be in competition and worry about material things when they don't even have their mind together, their health, It's sad, but it's true. And that's why I stay in my lane, because I live for, different purpose, and I march to a totally different beat. I definitely do. I always tell people too, don't get yourself caught up in what everybody else doing. Do what you do. Live your life. validated. I don't have to be in competition, and I don't have to have all of that. You know, and I did eventually end up with two houses too, but that wasn't the point that I'm trying to make. I just thought that it was, very disrespectful for her to be so rude. That's how it is with some folks out here. So I don't even care. And I realized with her, she, really changed and very competitive. For what reason, I don't know, because I didn't care, where she was at. That's her business if that's what she wanted. But at the time, I had got my first house and I was taking my time to do what I want. And if I only had one house, that'd be my business, and I'll have a house, and that's me. But yeah, you know how it is. Life is life, and then people do what they do. But I stay in my own lane, and I'm fine with it. I really am. There's so many people that are unhappy with themselves, and they want to get you caught up. So I try my best not to be bothered with that. But I know that there is a lot of people that are in competition, and I don't know what that's all about. Hey, what's up, TK1? How you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. I just left you, honey. I just put you on and sat here and watched, and then went around messing around, and I said, wow. Then I see Bro was up in there, and I spoke to him. Working, just cleaning the kitchen and listening. I know. Listen, I'm wiped out, bro. Woo. I can tell you, honey, it was a real Monday, a typical Monday. This was a mess for me today. Yes, we know how it goes. We gotta march to that drummer's beat, man. You know what it is. He says, I judge no one. I've been through the ringer, been in Baltimore City prison back in the 90s. Was a total ass. He said, God bless me as I am almost 65 now. Never give up. I know that's right. Never give up, man. I know what you're saying. That's what I told you. Oh yeah, I've been out here. That's why I keep trying to tell people that I'm not gonna paint no phony picture. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be fake. I'm gonna keep it 100. I know I have been a mess and done a lot of craziness out here. And that was my cross to bear, and my journey. So I know exactly what you mean. And you can't, and the thing is, even if people want to, nobody can't judge nobody. People can say what they want to say, and I know we got a judge and jury in our traditional system, but that's not what I'm talking about. God is really the keeper, the gatekeeper to all of that. Can't nobody, I know how that is. I know exactly what you mean on that one. Yes, survivors, amen, hallelujah, amen. Hey, Coke. Better have my pizza and my blanket. That's all I'm asking for. Pizza and the blanket. It's Monday. I need my pizza, I need my blanket. That's right. 4 cats. We are survivors. What's happening, Koki? Up in the building. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Hello. Happy Monday. Boy, I tell you, do you see how fast this time? I was telling folks that, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like a Matrix. I don't know if you guys seen the Matrix before, but it feels like every time I turn around, it's Monday, it's Friday. It's Monday, it's Friday. And that keeps happening repeatedly over and over again. Like time is flying by. Also, the weather is super crazy. He says, I could barely read my chat earlier. Look at the sun, though. Oh, yeah. I hear you, Koki. People went crazy about that eclipse stuff, man. I tell you, folks were camping up and buying special glasses and all of that kind of stuff. And people just, I don't know, everything you got going out here, they ready to pop up on it and do something. You know what I mean? And honey, That type of that right there is something, honey. Who would want to look at that with the naked eye? My goodness. Oh my goodness. It was folks have went totally foolery today with that. And nothing negative. I'm not talking negative. I'm just saying everybody was just over what I mean, it went wow wow woo wow. He said I didn't even look at the sun. I had so many people saying that today too, Coke. I didn't look at the sun. Everybody was saying that. And I know that it's a reason for it, I guess it's not even good on the eyes. You know what I mean? It is not good on the eyes to whether it's the eclipse or not to be looking staring at no sun. That's why they made sunglasses. It's unhealthy, the rays and beams, and it's not good with it to be on your skin without suntan lotion. I mean, we got a lot going on out here, y'all. We got a lot going on, and it ain't stopping. I'm telling you that it ain't stopping. This thing we got called life is going and going. He said, I did not. He said, I read my chest really did not look at the sun. He said, I did not look at the sun. Everybody's been saying that about the sun. All over, everywhere. Everybody that I ran across have been saying, I didn't look at the sun. It was like that was, the sway of the day. Didn't look at the sun. And then we got a million people here throughout the world that's been streaming it like crazy. Sunglasses too. That didn't help. No, it did not. That beam, honey, you know what was up today. You know exactly what it is. It's crazy. A lot of people don't take that serious, but honey, that'll tear your eyes up. I'm telling you. And folks is running around getting pillows and blankets and popcorn and sitting there glaring up, halfway going blind, bugging out. And I'm like, man, you better get somewhere and sit down. And they're selling, I guess they're selling, certain glasses to buy to wear so that you can stare down. You know what I mean? If you want to, but that ain't a good idea at all, just period. And I keep telling people when they have stuff like the eclipse and stuff like that, you better look for changes. You better look for changes because this stuff like that don't happen for no reason. You know what I mean? Those two things are supposed to be separate for a reason. And anytime they meet up, it's telling you something about your universe. It's saying something about the universe. You know what I mean? We got to look at what's to come. Because that meeting up like that is not necessarily, a good thing. He said it was beautiful around. Yep, it did get darker for a minute. It did. See, that was that scary moment. Yes, it did. Because, anytime if the moon gets in front of the sun, you know what's up. You know what it is. It was because I got somebody, some folks that sent me some pictures. So you got that right. It's absolutely amazing. It does have to get dark. It's like a blink of the eye. Because if it's blocking off the sunlight, you know what happens right there just for a moment. You know how that go. Absolutely amazing, wasn't it? And you can tell that it was darkening. Did you see it getting darker? Did you see it darkening? Yeah, you can tell. Yes. And because they're passing like this. And whenever the moon is in front of the sun, you know what I mean? That keeps the rays of the sun just real quick though. That's why people want to see it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because this is quick as the blink of an eye. And it's absolutely beautiful. Yes, Pokey. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, like a tent, man. Like as if how we would put sunglasses on. When that happened that quickly. Yes. Absolutely. That is something else, y'all. Ooh, I don't even know what to say. That's very interesting, guys. But it is beautiful. And a lot of people really, really got into it and then, loving it and, excited. And a lot of folks were sitting down and camping out and stuff like that. So, it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. Fun thing to have. And, it's something to enjoy, something different, something that don't happen all the time. All good. And there's a lot of different folks that got some really good pictures to share with the rest of us out here, guys. Got a lot of people posting on the internet too. What's happening, Sticks? How you doing? Happy Monday. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Monday to you. How you doing? We're over here talking about the eclipse. I think the whole world's talking about the eclipse right now, huh?
Right back over.
Yeah, and then it'll be over, and then they'll be on to something else, huh? That's how life do. Things, get geeked up, and then after a while, it'll die down again, and then something else new will pop up, right? Life is lifing. What a dream. Let me stop. It's silly. But yeah, what did he say? So we had a 90% eclipse here, just like the dust. Oh, okay. Forecast, I hear that. I know that's right. He said the neighbors were joking earlier. We were wondering if we would see stars. They said they see one and pointed at me. Oh, that's awesome, Koki. Yes, you are a star. You are a star, Koki. They got it right. Listen at this guy. Listen at this guy. Yep, you are a star. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That was a good one, Koki. Real good one. he said that they pointed at him. Oh, that was a good one. I like it, I like it, I like it. Yes. He says a little bit under the weather. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sticks. I hope you feel better soon. Get well soon. Everybody has been under the weather. Not everybody, but quite a few people have been under the weather. A lot, Sticks, around here. People have been going through something here, and I know a lot of people they've been having a big thing going on too, with sore throats. And our well, I won't say our, but the sea is doing a lot out here. So I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry to hear that. A little under the weather. I know how that is, man. He said, not yet, LOL. Okay, well, you better be working your way towards it, Koki. To earn my stripes yet. Look at you. You was a trip, brother. Yes. Take your time and earn your stripes, bro. Got to do your thing, but you're going to get there. You already know it. A star was born, man. What you talking about? A star was born, yo. What? A star was born. Yes, and I meant to ask you, too, how's Mom doing? Coke, how is Mom doing? The star is born. Oh yeah. Yes, it's been going bad, though, too, Sticks. Everybody's been having, quite a few people been having, a lot. The sore throat thing was a bad thing that's been hitting lately. Also, I know a lot of people been going through they got a real bad contagious stomach bug out here that's been going around as well too. And then this C-19 is like Medusa with many heads. Every time you turn around, it's got so much different symptom to it that you don't even know it, and you'll feel a certain way, and you're like, well, this don't seem like it. And then when you check, it's a new one. It's a new variant. It's a new V. It's a new X. It's a new Y. It's a new Z. I'm like, how many names are y'all gonna give that? And a new injection to go with every one that comes out. She's still the same, but she did come out to watch that. I rolled her. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad she's moving around, trying something, but we keep praying that it gets better for her, Koki. I'm glad to hear that she came out. That was something different. That was good. That was a step towards something, right? I'm glad mom made the effort to do that, and maybe she'll get, want to do something else. Just come and sit outside sometime. Just give her some time in between making the decision today and see if you can get her to do something, in a couple of more days to get her back, into wanting to do stuff, even if it's just sitting on the porch. You know what I mean? Take a stroll, roll her around somewhere, and come back around the block or something. She'll get there. Said yes. He said yes. The wife now me. Yeah, I have a friend of mine here on YT. First, what happened was it was her daughter, her granddaughter, then her husband, and then her, and it just went through the whole house like that. Yeah, it's said I had to end my live with she was about to pass out. I couldn't leave her there like that. That's right. You gotta. Oh yeah, definitely. There ain't no question. There's no live worth none of that. None of that. That ain't even a question to shut that down and do what you got to do. I don't blame you. You did the right thing. Definitely. I wouldn't even question that, Cope. That's exactly what it is. You don't. There's no question. Absolutely not. Nope. I know you care about your YouTube family, but your family comes first. Especially mom, if she hasn't been well either. No, I wouldn't have. I would have made the choice in between, or either that you can just do your silent live and let that roll. You know what I mean? And people understand. See, that's the thing too. When you say you're going to do a silent live, people are, if they really understand what silent means, they should know that you may not be able to physically be there. That's why I always leave mine saying silent, so that if I'm working, whatever I'm doing, doing things in the background, that people know that, that's what it's really supposed to be anyway. And then if I'm able to come in and chat, I do. And I try my best to come in and chat since I can't be on camera, you know what I mean? Good night, my dear. Have a good one. Thank you so much for coming. Take care. I will see you, Betty. Thanks. Have a good one. I definitely appreciate you stopping in. I hope all is well. Get you some sleep and chill it on back, sis. I hear you. That's all we can do. Day by day, because I'm telling you, time is flying. Time is like warp speed, y'all. But I pray that things get better for you and your wife, Stick, because it's hard, especially if you guys are like, the matriarchs of the house. You know what I mean? And one down, the other one down, and it seems kind of good, but good when one, at least somebody can be well. Because I've seen families that everybody was tore down at the same time and nobody could really help the other one out because they were really ill. You know what I mean? So it's good that, at least somebody's pulling through. And one thing people don't realize about these kind of sicknesses is that a lot of stuff that you take for them don't necessarily get rid of it. It just tries, it brings a little comfort, because you kind of got to weather it. You know what I mean? Especially with all of these type of viruses and bugs and stuff like that. It has to go through its course. And you can only really take something that can comfort you. But it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of good that at least, somebody is doing a little bit better than the other one, so that you can have somebody that can help you out when you're down. Oh, love you too, 4Cats. Thank you so much, and blessings to you. Get some rest, bro. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for sharing and understanding what I mean about chilling out, being off the grid, living your best life. Because I'm telling you, honey, people don't realize paradise don't necessarily have a price on it. You get what I mean? Thank you so much. Get you some rest, and I hope I'll see you sooner than later. Thank you. Any messages from anyone I I'm sorry. My first time doing something like that. I realized that I need a special camera equipment. Oh no, Koki, I was there too. A lot of us, as a matter of fact, right now, a lot of the girls are doing a whole bunch of lives right now. I know you're aware of it, but all of us were there for you because we were all laughing and talking and making jokes in your live, and you did absolutely amazing. There's nothing to even feel no way about. I enjoyed it, and they did too. And a lot of us was laughing and talking amongst each other. I was making some jokes towards you, saying that turn on the lights. I can't find my pizza. And then when I said that about the pizza, I call her Miss L, Miss Mai. She said, pizza. We just were acting silly in the live. And we enjoyed it because we were there to support you, whether you were there or not. That's why I said don't feel no kind of way. I mean, I know you'd like to be active and, you're running your channel the way you like to, but really, literally, a silent live is called that. And a lot of folks don't get it. He said, "Oh no, thank you. You don't even have to thank me, bro. It's all good. I promise you, it's all good." And like I said, with me too, a lot of times when I don't actively come on live and say anything, that really means that it is silent. But I try to appear because I be wanting to talk with you guys, but I keep it on silent because I know I gotta work and do other things. Even if it's just things around the house. You know what I mean? Gotta keep on moving and grooving. But you don't ever have to say thank you because I am glad that I could do it and be a part of it. And I'm glad that you allow me to come and hang out at your awesome channel. So much. Oh, you are awesome. We got you, bro. All them sis too. All of the sisters. When I call all of them sisters, you know who I'm talking about. Larice, everybody. You know what I mean. Everybody that you support. Susanna, proud mom, she came through. And all of the women. We were all there waiting for you to get your autograph, your star. You are the star. All were waiting. I want his autograph. I want his autograph. Yeah, we were waiting for you. And all of this, look, I always say all of the girls, everybody is doing lives right now everywhere. Folks got lives off the chain. Everybody's doing lives. I mean, it's busybody right now. I got so many folks that I gotta go check that I'm trying my best to get it in where I can too. Because even though I do a live, even when I'm doing the live, I always still go around to everybody else and thank them and support them as well too. And whether you there or not, people that really rock with you and that love you, they're gonna have your back no matter what. And I'm one of them people's, bro. I'm one of those people. And all of the sisters, I call them all sisters. All my sisters, we all got you, bro. We riding deep, yo. You already know. And I showed my parents. And they said, Hollywood is here. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. That is amazing. As I said, a star was born. Well, a star was born, bro. That's what it is. So now, I guess you got to start doing some autographs. Doing some autographs. And I want to check on some of our sisters here, too. Everybody's lining up for your autograph, bro. I'm going over to Miss Mai right quick. I'm going to let you hear her in the background. I'm going to Miss Mai house. Here we go. Partying. Mm-hmm. She's doing her thing. Oh, okay. That was sister number 59,000. I have so many sisters here. Sisters and brothers. Happy Tuesday. So it's already Tuesday for Miss Mai. Okay, we're gonna get to the live now. Here we go. Hear her. Oh, look at that. Look at Koki. Man, you already over here, brother. What's happening, my beautiful fam? What's up, my face? Thank you. Come and raid me. Come and raid me. Come and raid me. You guys are so sweet. Raid, raid. And I don't mean the roach spray. Raid me for real, y'all. happy, everybody. That's my sis. There she go, y'all. You hear her? You hear her, Koki? Oh, yes. She's up in the building. There she go. What's up, sis? How you doing? Miss Mai, how are you? Blessings to you, beautiful. Bless you. Thank you so much for coming, sis. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for having them come over and raid me. Thank you, Coke. It's not the roach spray raid, it's the raid. You remember that spray was for ants, roaches, all kinds of stuff. Raid! Come and raid me, you guys. I need to be raided. Raid me, help me. You know, you imagine that I'm saying raid. You imagine make a love shout out to you, my beautiful sister. You imagine if they come and kick your door down. If the police would have raid, man, that stuff ain't no joke. They come in crazy. And that's very scary. So this is a fun raid. I never heard of one so nice. my goodness, raid. You know, raid, man, that's scary. That's scary. Yeah, and I know you guys probably sing. Uh-oh, there goes. She finna start singing. You get that raid and they come and kick your door down and start slamming and dropping people on their heads. That right there is scary. I wish that on nobody. Thank you so much for having them raid me, bro. I need it. I need to get rid of these insects. No, so let me stop. Thank you, beautiful people. You guys are awesome. Thank you, dearly. I appreciate it more than words can say. I really do. Thank you all so much. I promise you, this has been amazing, this experience on YT. When you find the right people, oh my gosh. You know, and I have an awesome family, but I can honestly tell you that I get excited to be able to pop on YouTube just to see all of you amazing people every day. My extended family, my brothers from another mother and my sisters from another mister. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, beautiful people. I appreciate everything. There she go, Miss Mai, looking so cute. Thank you so much, brother, for having them raid me. I need to be raided. Come and raid me. Come and help me get rid of all these pests. I'm being silly, y'all. Trying to have some fun. Oh yes, and more yes. What does everybody got going on? Because beautiful. Oh, look at her. She's so sweet. I love her. She is so sweet. Miss Mai. I named her Miss L. That's my girl right there. I really appreciate her. She's been absolutely amazing and the sunshine for me. I promise you. Such a kind, loving person. They all are amazing. But Miss Mai, sis, is something else, yo. I don't even know how to explain how I feel about her. She has been so sweet. And I've been rocking with her for a minute, and she's been here with me every step of the way. Doesn't miss a beat. Doesn't miss a beat. He says, oh, okay, you guys are so sweet. She is so cute. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the raid. I appreciate it. That is so nice. Thank you, Miss Mai. I think you are so adorable, girl. So cute and so much fun. Love you too, sis. Thanks, sugar. That's my sugar. Thank you so much for stopping in. And I know you got your live going, and I appreciate you so much. I really do. You are super duper sweet. And I thank you so much for hanging out with me and coming to visit me and being so supportive. I really, really do. I just don't even know how to thank you. It makes me smile, and I'm looking at you right now because I'm running your live, and you are the cutest, darling. You are Sugar Boo. Sugar Boo. Hey, Boo. Hey, Jesse, bless you. Thank you so much for coming. You missed 50. 50 was in here earlier, and she hung out with me for a while. Thank you for coming, Jesse. Blessings to you. Bless you, brother. I thank you so much, and I hope you're doing well. Bless you. I'm excited. I'm glad to see you. Thanks for stopping in. You are totally awesome. So sweet and spreading God's word and loving on everybody. I thank you for that. Blessings to you in the name of Jesus. Blessings to you, brother. I give you all of those blessings. I was hanging out with Miss 50, and then the other day I had Brother Marquise up in the building. I got my sis right here, Miss Mai. Miss L up in the building. Miss L up in the building. Girl, I don't know how you're laughing and all that. You are so much fun. I'm going to get here and play some of her sound. I love it. Here we go. Oh, she talking. Let me hear you talk, Miss Mai. You'll probably hear your live in my live because I can't resist even the one. Look at her. She always laughing. And I like that color hair too. The girl, do the blondes really have more fun, sis? Or they said the blondes have more fun. Talk to me about it, girl. Maybe I need to do something with my hair. Thank you so much for awesome friendship. Thank you all, everybody. Thank you all. You guys are all rock stars. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I thank you so much. I promise you. So sweet and caring and supportive. Very supportive. And I thank you all dearly. Thank you, everyone. Blessings to you all. Thank you, Miss L. That's Miss L up in the building. How you doing? Look at the pretty hair. I see the hair. Okay, flex the hair. Yes, her hair is so pretty. Look at her. Yes. It's a good length, too. It's healthy. Nice color. Nice color, Miss Mine. Thank you for coming to my live, Jessie. Thank you, everybody. You hear you in my live? I'm playing your live, Miss L. Miss Mai, I am playing your live, my dear. Look at her getting her paperwork done. Yes, sis. Keep them in line. You guys are super duper cool. I love you too, Jessie. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. Love you too. And you're another one of the sweetest people out here that really love Jesus, and I know you're going to make it to heaven. I wish you had a channel because I enjoy seeing you. And I appreciate you, Jessie. I always come over there and get those positive affirmations from you, and then your smile and happy and whole. I love it. I love it. Oh, I appreciate you so much. You are super duper awesome. See, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. It just feels so good to meet amazing people like this on YT, you guys. it makes and it confirms that we have a God, y'all. We have a God. What's happening? ABCM5 in the building, coming from my sister L's house. What are you doing, sweetie? How you doing? You got an awesome channel too, and you're awesome, mommy. Thank you, sis. We've got amazing Jesse up in the building. It has been a blessing. Anytime you come around, you bring like the presence of God, Jesse. You got that wow factor. I appreciate you. Thank you. And you have such a positive spot over there. I wish you would do a channel and do a little bit of service, or just you popping in, like, for a few minutes and giving a few quotes and just smiling the way you do, and it'll be just everything. People would love that because you got that wow factor. And who is this? Zandy Papa. Hello. Thank you so much for coming from the raid. I appreciate you too. Thank you for coming. This is Zindy. Cindy Papa, what's up? What's up, Cindy Papa, up in the building? Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Come and raid me, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. And happy Monday. Happy Monday, you guys. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is doing well, starting off this new week. Blessings to all of you guys. Please, y'all, no matter what you do in your life, please keep God first place, y'all. Always keep God first place, because I'm telling you, there's nothing we can do without Him. We are blessed beyond measures. And this is the thing too that a lot of people don't seem to understand, is that a lot of what we really need to be aiming for is to have more of spiritual connections with people opposed to physical connections, because that is what's going to outlive the physical body. That is what's going to land you in paradise. And that's what we got to pay attention to, is that our thing is, no matter what we go through in this life, good or bad, is not wasted, because we have a promise. We have a promise, and as long as we do what He say, and we deal with whatever this part consists of, this life, because this is not the paradise that was promised, we'll be all right for the better. But you got to believe, and I keep trying to tell a lot of folks that I know that are really dear and near to me in my personal life, is please connect with me on a spiritual level, so when I'm no longer here, you still know that I am here. Because the spiritual level is totally different than the physical, y'all. And I think a lot of people don't believe that, because if they don't walk in God, for Him to teach them that, they don't understand it and they don't know it. You know what I mean? If you take the time to connect with the spiritual side, I promise you, it'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. You just got to get there. You got to get there, because the physical, that's meant to perish, but the spirit lives on. Please get that, y'all. Please get that. Please meditate on that. Put God first. Put God first. Don't just say, "Oh, God bless you. Oh, yeah, God bless this day. Oh, God." Don't live it. Live it for real. Stop pretending. Live it. And embrace Him and have Him in your life, and you're going to see the difference. I promise you, you will see the difference. Hey Patty, thank you so much for coming. Happy Monday. I'm sorry if I missed you. And what up, Coke? You still chilling up in the building? Cause I done seen you over at them sisters' houses. Cause I just went to 3 or 4 sisters too, and I seen you over there, bro. I see you making your rounds, loving the world. I'm sorry you left, Patty. I missed you just that quick. I just blinked an eye and you were gone like the eclipse. Wham! What happened? Where you at? I missed you. It's Monday. There she is. Hey, Patty. Yeah, we had Miss 50 over here, and we got into some deep stuff, y'all talking. And what Koki said here, real quick, he says, "I want a big G like this one. That's pretty cool." Uh-oh, what is that? A big G? What is it? What is it, Coke? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What's happening, brother? Tell me what you're talking about. Tell me what you're talking about. Yeah, Miss Patty, we got into this thing here talking about the eclipse, and you know how me and Miss 50 we get it in. You know how she get it, and she left me a message about what her thoughts was on that and stuff like that. And I promise you, this eclipse thing is some serious business. I mean, there's a lot of people having a lot of fun with it, y'all. But I'm seeing something else. You know what I mean? I think we got a lot of changes in the world and things like that happen for a reason. You know what I mean? He says, "Background, I want a screen like yours." Oh my! You know what? I promise you, I had a family member, because I had just some bubbles, and I had a family member that I was saying that I want to try something different. So they sat me down and they started going through a whole bunch of stuff. And I decided, I picked how, I wanted the people to look and do, which I think the other two need to have their eyes open, or one could have their eyes closed. And then I picked everything that's in the bubbles, what I thought would be a good idea since we're on social media. And I do a lot of this because I want to have a little entertainment, a little bit of music, because I can't be on camera. So I figured this will give you guys something to listen to. If you guys, while y'all talking to me, something to look at and listen to. And if I'm not here, you can come over here and feel like you're chillaxing up in the building. And I had a family member set this up because I honestly can tell you, I am totally computer illiterate, y'all. I'm glad you like the background. I thought people might think it was corny, Koki. I'm glad you like it. I appreciate that. A lot of people gave me some nice compliments on it. Yes, there is a reason and a purpose for everything. Amen, Patty. He said he liked my background. Thank you, bro. That is so nice. He said you really like that for real, big bro? Wow. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize what you said when you said the BG. I wasn't even thinking, silly me. Oh, thank you, Coke. I promise you. I picked this out and my family member executed how the people were going to move around. He was, they was asking me, well, do you want them to smile? Do you want this one to do that? Do you want to have the finger? What do you want to do? And I just said, I promise you, he just gave me, pick something you like. And I picked it. And I said what I wanted it to do and what I wanted in the bubbles. I didn't physically know how to do it, but I know what I wanted to look like, and my family member executed it for me. I wish I knew how to do this kind of stuff myself, because I was going to change it up to something different, because like I said, I had bubbles going before, and I wanted to try, something different and get a little bit more creative here on YT. Oh, thank you, Patty. I didn't know what else to do. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type that is, computer illiterate, and you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of thoughts. I just don't know how to execute them. You know what I mean? So I try to do the best I can. And I got plenty of family that could take me to the next level with YT. But they say I'm not bothering them, but I feel like I am. Maybe it's a little bit of foolish pride on my part. Y'all know how that is. Because they work hard, and then this takes some time to do certain things. But I think I'm going to start, taking them up on their offer so that I can be a little bit more entertaining. Even with me, I got a few things that I want to start doing on these lives myself. Just little simple stuff. And I got a friend that I was talking to, and now she's doing one of the things that I said I was going to be doing. So I'm going to start doing that, where I can at least be a little bit more physical on here and have a little content. Oh, thank you. I promise you. I wish I knew how to set it up. I picked it all though. It all was my idea. I can honestly say that. So I can say I got a little bit of something. I just don't know how to set it up. But this was something that I thought about doing. I just, just figured that would be fun because folks are saying different things about their channels. I'm saying who I am and that type of thing. And also, I got two names that I wanted to start calling, this hangout spot too. And I think I'm going to start putting that in with the title too so that, we can just have a little fun with it. You know what I mean? And I wanted to say it was me and Miss 50 and pre-retirement that got into a deep talk about this. We had to bring in the choir. You know how we do, because this right here, I'm telling you, and even for that, just for that moment, it's like a blink of an eye for the moon to block the sun. That happens for a reason. For them to come together like that, that means something. And I keep telling people too, that it's a fun thing for a lot of people and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm still learning, Patty. I'm way off. I'm probably way behind you. You ever seen a turtle trying to cross the street, boy? Boy, oh boy, it may not be a pretty sight. Cause I am struggling. I promise you. The most I can do is I do my own cooking videos, my own hauls. But for anything like this, the part that I do here is talk. I'm able to talk. You know what I mean? I'm able to talk like I'm doing now, and that's the most I can do. Hey, what's up? Just stopping in, everyone. Thank you so much, Sports. Thank you so much for stopping by. Y'all gonna hear something in the background because I got some family here and I'm home. Fine, you know how that be, because usually I be all, caught up out here. All that long laboring hours. Y'all know how it be, and I'm telling y'all, I ain't tore down today. But yeah, we definitely have been working their butts off today, if you know what I mean. Working down to the ground. So there's been a lot of stuff going on here. But yeah, we took something away from that eclipse today here, talking, Patty, and I promise you, it's a bit scary. Because there's some fun stuff about it, but that ain't the thing that is you know what I mean. You got to get into, and I don't want to scare nobody else off here or anything like that, because you know how we get into this, the God stuff. But it's something out here, and I keep trying to tell people that look for some changes, you guys, everybody. I know a lot of folks don't believe in none of that type of stuff, but look for some changes, people. Because I promise you, there's something to this. You know what I mean? There's something to this. And I keep telling folks, this is something going on here, and this is some changes. Look in the ozone layer. This is something coming to us for a reason. You know what I mean? And we gotta, huh? It does? Oh, good. Yeah, y'all better look at something to consider and be aware that there is changes happening that's made to be something big for a reason, but there's a lot more behind it. This is worship the sun and the moon, so it makes sense for it to be some supernatural relief whenever someone. Yep, that is true for a lot of people. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got that right, sports cars. See, it got it, but not like that, though, right? You notice the difference? This is. Yes. Ooh, that's good. Ooh. You smell? Yeah, looking crazy. Let her smell. That's good. Ooh, you're gonna have some good long ones. But yeah. Hey, Eileen, how you doing, beautiful Miss Cruz? How are you? Thank you so much for coming. Happy Monday to you. Thank you, Miss Cruz. How you doing? I've been over at your house a lot, hanging and chilling. I thank you so much for coming, my dear. Happy Monday to you. I hope you are doing well and living your best life. Yes. Thank you all for being here. And that's right. You're gonna have a long long. You want them like that already? Yes, that's gonna be hanging. You want it like that? Look at him. Sure, tell him that ain't gonna be long, ain't it? Look, you want that? I'm gonna la yeah. Yep, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you a few in and you tell me how you like them because I think they can be cut too. Okay. If you know what I mean, we'll do some testers. Yep, that's the thing that I think that's what pricks the hair and dread the hair up. Oh, I see. Yes, that's the pricker. Yes. Oh yeah, for you to skip it. Yes. Yes. Oh yes, sir. Yes indeed. Yes. Oh, this is the little crochet needle too. Oh yeah, you skip with it too, but it's a crochet needle. Oh good, I got some too, but this is even better and a little bit thinner too. So. No, she did not, and I'm so glad. And I'm trying to find a way because that's what she does. She'll come in here, Miss Patty, and do all of that stuff, like the same stuff, and then leave again for about a week and come back again and come back again. And I think something is going on there. I don't know what it is. I was trying to keep it at the bay, keep it at bay because there's something that ain't quite right there. And I know you picked up on that. I was trying so hard to throw that at you without you, you know me letting her know because you see how she started. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, y'all mad at me, all that. I'm like, oh boy, because this didn't happen already like 2 times. You know what I mean? And she's running around a lot of folks' channel, and it's the same line, so I don't know what that is. And I hope she gets herself together because that's quite scary. You're gonna have to burn that and see, huh? Yep. And then I think you're supposed to soak that, ain't it, Sue? Supposed to soak, right? Yeah, so we're gonna do that to make sure it gets that off of it. Yes. Wow, that's real good though. I'm gonna burn it and see what it smells like too. This is supposed to be human hair. It does. Exactly. I think it is. It looked like it. This fake hair can appear to be real well too. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have it full. Long, like you know what I mean? It's the same thing gonna be long. Yes. I know. And how many inches is it? 6. Oh, I didn't know. No, them other ones was 6. Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute. They must be shortened or something. Mm-hmm. Miss Eileen in the building. I thank you so much for coming. I haven't heard from you in a while. I've been coming to your house. I hope everything is good. Well, I guess I see you here, so I know you're good, sis. I know you're good, sis. Thank you so much for coming. This Miss Lady, yep. Yes, Patty. That's something that I think I'm gonna have to shut it down though, because it's becoming a big problem. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing them in a lot of other people's lives, and they keep on talking to me like they with it and stuff. But I don't know. For some reason, I feel that it's a child. Hmm? I feel like it's a child, or somebody pretending to be a child, or somebody that might be, mentally challenged. No disrespect to them, but something's wrong there. Oh, I didn't even see you put it there. I think there's something going on there. We have to, I think maybe it's best for me to go on after these many months and shut that down. But I didn't want to hurt nobody's feeling or leave nobody hanging. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it get like that. Because I've been noticing, and no disrespect, I get a certain type constantly like that. I keep getting them certain ones like that, and they need a hug or they need something else. And then some of them is kids. So I'm trying to stay away from the kids because, we talk about grown folk stuff, even if it's nothing bad. We still talk about things. There's certain things I don't think kids should hear. So I try my best to be careful with that because that is concerning to me, But I think that is a child, and I've had, my family look at it too, and we think it's a child as well too. But like I said, because you could be an adult and be challenged. Ooh, sorry on that. Jay-Z. It looks like Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Ooh, those like horns. Those are how they put their dreads up though, huh? But I don't like them styles. That looks, ooh. Yeah, how many of those guys that do that too, as a matter of fact? Y'all excuse me because I'm at home with family, so y'all know how that is. Everybody's free and willing. I'm at the boy in the room and lock the door. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, they all went. Look. They can hear you on the live. Y'all know that, right? Okay, I'm just telling my family y'all can hear them. So they said they don't mind. That came in a minute. I don't know what that. I guess they start passing those out. to get somebody to come to their restaurant. But you, but yeah, Miss Patty, I wanted to tell you, and I didn't want to have nobody feeling uncomfortable, but just like the sports guy was mentioning, there is to me, and there's a lot of people that have different beliefs about stuff like that, but that eclipse stuff, all of those things are things that we have to like take into consideration and listen to what God is trying to tell us and which way we're going with things. Because I know for me, and like I said, I don't push no religion off on anybody, but this was a message, you guys. For some reason, this is something that's not like the bug out and everything that happened. You got to get all into it. Huh? Yes. Yeah, it is supposed to happen. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said with God. You get what I mean? These are things that's in His world and what He makes, go around. And for it to be able to cover the sun like that, it's like a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? And darkening. That's supposed to happen. Yes, it is. I got a family member that's saying it's supposed to happen, and that's exactly what I mean. You see, this is God's world. His will be done. You know what I mean? I can do this. Amen. That's what I'm talking about, Patty. I had a real good conversation with Miss 50 in pre-retirement about that. This is something that's happening for a reason, and it has to happen. And like I said before, this is not the first or the last time. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand what to take away from this, but I know that to me, and I'm not telling anybody how to think or feel, but you look for changes when these things occur. You know what I mean? It's saying something, isn't it, brother? Charles. Yes, what you looking for? Your pick? Oh, yeah. You see it. Okay. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm looking at this is a message, but it's also something, like you said, it's supposed to happen. And at the same time, I know what changes are going to come with this. And I don't want nobody to get spooked out because it's so hard to, it's not hard for me, but when you try to speak about stuff when it comes to God and stuff like that, even if anybody looks further up in the chat, you can see what Miss 50 said and what Miss Pre-Retirement said. And we were on that wavelength of talking about what is this saying to us? Because a lot of people looked at this as some kind of fun party thing. And I'm not telling nobody what to do, so I don't want nobody to misunderstand me, but I take a lot more away from that, and just to chill. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with whoever want to do what they want to do, but I want to pay attention to what the message is in this, and be prepared for whatever. You know what I mean? Because I had been saying this, and I promise you, I got some videos that I can pop up, and I know I'm not the first or the last, but I've been talking about these changes of how the sun has been looking, period, and the moon, and a lot of people don't realize C19, when C19 hit, C19 was not a virus, it was a plague. Hello. It was a plague. People don't understand. You remember when Moses went to the Pharaoh and said, free my people. And he dropped how many different plagues that God, anointed him to do to persuade this man to let the people go. And y'all remember there was frogs, you know what I mean? He did something with the staff and, a whole lot of stuff. But this thing was a plague, and what people don't understand that this that happened here, this sea came and it didn't just damage people and take lives. It damaged different stuff in the world. And I've been saying this for quite a few years, because you got to look at the seasons are blending into seasons. You can see that for me, I know that even if you go somewhere like traveling different places, you can see the difference between how the sun set, how the moon looks, how the sky. I can tell the difference between the texture and the snow. I remember one day we were sitting and it was a warm day, and it just started hailing with sunshine and warm weather. It was sick. It was weird. It was scary, crazy. Warm weather, and it just started hailing real small ice balls of hail. At the same time, the sun was beaming, and things like that is telling us something. You know what I mean? You can see the difference between how people act and your neighbors, folks changing up different, wilding out more, extra. I mean, stuff is already bad, but it's getting worse. You know what I mean? People are, taking advantage. We got to sort that too. People are taking more advantage of stuff to act the fool, and the devil's roaming crazy out thing. You gotta shine the light on your head so I can see. I got somebody that I gotta do some hair work on. Let me see. She says, "Ooh, that smell terrible. I wonder what the smell be though." Oh yeah, coming from somebody's head, huh? Look at this, Bridget, and see if this is a match to you too. It says it was not for fun. Changes coming. There is changes in it. Yes. I talked about the flags months ago and what's happening around us. Yeah, look at that. That is a perfect match. Can you see that? Ooh, Charles, that's really. Let me see something. You looking get up and see. Go this way. You can't but can you even see from over there?
Yeah, it looks like it's right there.
Perfect match, so.
Yeah.
Damn, you picked the right one. Was this a 1B? Yeah, natural. Or did it say 1B? This is perfect. And go to if you want to that mirror and look and see how you like it too. But I think it's bomb. And I'm gonna put that. Yes, it did. That's why, because I was going to do jet black, but I realized. And see, this is the thing, too.
Nobody.
No. And I tell you, that's why I said this stuff here. I don't talk a lot about this stuff with everybody because a lot of people, if they're not, and not saying that, see, this is what people don't understand. It's not just to want people to agree with you, and if they don't, you got a problem with it. It's not that. It's just that I don't like to, I don't want to have the conversation with people that's not comfortable with it and make them feel uncomfortable. But all of this stuff is times the past, and you know what? Some of this stuff is common sense, y'all. When you sitting out here and you looking at different things and how things are changing and stuff, you can tell that there's something that's not right with a lot of different stuff. You like it?
Yep.
Perfect, isn't it? So we're gonna I gotta figure out which to use to soak it in because it's gotta be something stronger to knock that edge off, you know what I mean? And let it soak, and we'll look up and see how long it needs to soak. It's a couple of days, 1 day, however, get something that smell really, really good. Set it off to get that out of there. And that's what the soaking is for, probably because they got to process this and really use something heavy duty. Because, it's most likely it came from somebody's head, ain't it? Ain't that how this works? I don't know if you want to keep up with that little knot, but that is it. You can tell the difference between human hair and that type. But yeah, I've been, she said the same thing. Yeah, and I know what you mean, and I don't try to pretend to be, because I promise you, anything that I said, that I'm saying, it's happened. I got, like I said, videos from years ago when I was talking about this kind of stuff, and it's exactly what it is. It is the truth. But see, I think a lot of times people that live in the world, and that's it. They just live in it. They're not partaking in what's going on here. You may have somebody say, "Oh yeah, the weather's oh yeah, the week's fine flat, yeah." They talk for real like that. "Oh, the week is going by fast, yeah," and that's it. But they're not really seeing that this is going fast. This is something that's happening, y'all. This is not just that. It's for real. And I got plenty of videos that I was, that I have going, and I keep trying to tell people, just like with you, Patty, you're a plant mom, and so am I. And you're really into, your garden and stuff. And I promise you, I can tell the difference of my perennials don't come up like they used to because they're confused. I can tell you about how a lot of birds are supposed to go to the south at a certain time. It depends on where you live at, and they're staying around. You know what I'm saying? They're staying around when they're supposed to be gone. You get what I mean? For the season. They're not leaving. There's something going on here. And a lot of, we nothing. Listen, look in the book. Look in the book and pay attention, because see, this is when you get caught slipping, when you think everything, no, you got, nothing. You got to look at it. We're born into a dying world. So the more stuff that starts falling apart and speeding up is giving us, the knowledge of this too shall pass. These are things that came to pass already. The stuff that we have going on now, this ain't the first time. You know what I mean? This is right now. And see the difference between when this stuff has happened many years ago, for the people that lived before us, people don't realize that they had a chance to make, to change things, to stop it from going any further. I'm not talking about just the eclipse. I'm just saying, period, to stop things the way they were going. But a lot of folks didn't do what they were supposed to do, because we had all these great stories, like we talk about Adam and Eve and all that type of stuff, like that Noah's Ark, when the world was destroyed several times. And that's because people didn't he give you free will, and because people didn't do what they were supposed to do, it was destroyed. But guess what? That ain't happening this time. It's a wrap. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. And I don't mean to say it in a negative way, that, a lot of people that getting married and haven't started their family and their career and want to have kids, or people that got kids want to see their kids grow up or their grandkids grow up. It's still going forward. And when you see these days are flying by like this, and seasons and blending into seasons and all that kind of stuff, this is something telling you. Even with this stuff too, people didn't understand that like I forgot where he lived at, but I got one of my YouTube friends, and not just him but several people, and they said that they didn't get no snow for their winter at all. For people that live in states with winter, quite a few of them said they didn't get no snow at all. That's not right. Brother, don't want a storm. We don't want, you have to, when you live in a certain climate, there's certain weathers that's meant to happen, and you need to have that for it to flow properly. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when people are not getting, a lot of people are not getting that. So with that being said, you're going to have a problem if you're not getting enough rain, enough this, enough that. And I think people don't get what you're saying, because like I said, a lot of people are just living in the world. You know what I mean? You got to do more than that, so that you get the right understanding of how to move, how to act, how to behave. You know what I'm saying? If not, blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind, and that don't have nothing substantial to hold on to, or you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to prepare. You don't know how to be ready for nothing, because you're not in the word of it. You know what I mean? And I'm not telling everybody that you have to be with God to get these things. That's not what I mean, because people get mad. Oh, you're trying to force religion, and you trying. It don't be that. It don't. That's not what I'm saying. But I will spread the word, though. You know what I mean? I'll shout it from the rooftops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm just saying in general, there's something going on here, and we all need to stay woke. You know what I mean? He says, I'm gonna do my live now. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, you get what I'm saying? Just like he said up here about different cultures and stuff. So we're gonna put it in that bucket. And I'm trying to think, should I try some shampoo there, or something, or whatever, to get that out? You know what I mean? Or try to soak it out with some shampoo, and then see if that'll do it. And if not, we got to figure out what to use. But I think by it being human, it should be able to fall into place. Yeah, we gotta stay woke, y'all. This ain't this ain't no joke, you guys. And I'm just hanging in here. I don't know if anybody's still in the live, or everybody going off doing what they need to do. So I don't want to talk everybody to death, because I know sometimes, and no disrespect to anybody, but I can tell when I'm having certain kind of conversations where people run off. And it's not that necessarily to say they don't have nothing to do, but certain people don't want to hear nothing about certain things, and that's okay, because I feel the same way. If somebody's having a conversation that's not something you enjoy, you want to be, you're interested in, you leave off. That's why when I have these conversations, I try to make sure I know which people, so that I don't make nobody feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But as I said before, no matter what, whoever believe or don't want to believe in God, life is still lifing. Anything that I'm saying to you about, oh, the weather's crazy, the weather's been all over the place, you don't have to say you believe in God for that to be true, but it's a reason for all of it. He'll give you the answers if you're confused. But for the most part, everybody knows what's happening out here with this weather. I don't care where you live at in the planet, the universe, everybody knows that this weather is going crazy. Everybody knows that there's a lot of stuff going on with time flying by, no matter where you at, what you believe. Everybody knows this. That has nothing to do with whether you want to be saved or not. If you're a believer, a traveler, it doesn't matter. Everybody knows that that is true, no matter where you come from. And that is, to me, it goes back to, even if folks say that they're atheists, or they don't believe in God, or they don't care. I bet you half the stuff, and I'm not even gonna say half the stuff, everything in life that you go through, you will find something about it in the Bible, whether you believe the Bible or not, or you believe in God or not, just knowing that you can go there and get some answers. And I think a lot of people that say they don't believe or that they're atheists, if they look into the book, they'll realize how much they really do have in common with God. You know what I mean? But some folks got their own way they want to believe. Because I know somebody popped up here and told me that they worship wolves. They don't do, so that ain't my business. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And I'm going to stop talking because I think a lot of folks may have dwindled down and left off. So I'm going to go silent and I'm going to run another probably 20 minutes or more. And then I'm going to shut it down and, do it moving. Oh, thank you so much, Biscuit. And I hope you and your wife get better soon. Thank you. And I know it's not good when you don't feel good, I appreciate you. And I'm just talking. You know how we do. It ain't nothing about the kind of stuff that people think, oh, that's your channel and you run the show. No, I don't feel like that. And I don't have a channel anyway. I got a hangout spot. But I don't feel that what I'm saying is something to push off on people. There's a lot of people that got different content and different beliefs and certain stuff they want to hear. I'm just having a conversation about who I am. You know what I mean? And I'm listening to everybody say who they are. So we all here, trying to do this thing called life. Too heavy. That's what I be saying too, Miss Patty, because I don't be trying to hurt nobody, but that's the whole thing. See, I could come to a level where, like I said before, it doesn't matter. Just say, for instance, if I don't, like, just say if you're dealing with some people that's not religious, so you don't speak about God, but there's nobody right now that can tell me, and I'm not judging people and I don't know the world, but there's nobody that can't tell me that this time ain't flying by and that weather is not what they're used to wherever they live. I don't care if you in the island. I don't care if you're over in Hong Kong. I don't care where you at in the universe. Folks know that their weather is changed. Things are changing. Like I said, for it to be a bright sunny day, a warm day, and for it to just start hailing, that is not what it should be. There's earthquakes where there's normally not supposed to be any earthquakes. There's been tornadoes where places where there's not supposed to be tornadoes. This is happening around the world. People can't deny that. Even if they want to deny God, that's their business. You know what I mean? I don't judge nobody. But you can't tell me that you're not experiencing these things. You can't tell me that these kids are growing up fast. These kids are growing up fast. You blink your eye and they won. Yes, it is changing, and it's everywhere, Pat. It's not just, who live in this city or this island. It's not just the one spot. Just like I had a lot of, folks that I know that basically was saying, oh, yeah, that over there, that's here and that's there with the C-19. No, it's global, baby. You hear me? It's global. And a lot of places that feel like, oh, well, if people live in America where it's snow at, well, I live over here, so that can't happen here, and we don't get this and we don't get that. Well, I tell you what, so many places... Paradise has fallen, you hear me? Because people is getting C-19 throughout the entire universe. You hear me? Nobody was exempt from that. I promise you. And I remember so many people, because I got a lot of different folks that I deal with that, that I talk to, and they telling me, oh, we don't have that here. Oh, I feel sorry for people wherever they are, but we don't have that where I live. Then all of a sudden, you give it about a couple of weeks, a month, and then they come on, I don't know what this thing is. We've been sick and we got that thing that they said that yeah, but you were trying to be, a little mad at it, you know what I mean? And trying to make it look like, people pointing the fingers and carrying on and telling, you know what I mean? She says everything can happen everywhere. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what, and I had a lot of folks that really tried to come, to, some of the lives trying to shed it, to talk junk about it. You know what I mean? And I'm not wishing it on nobody, but they seen it happen because it's all, and the thing is too, what people don't understand, all of us, all of us drive down Mercy Street. What's Mercy Street? Mercy Street is a lot of things. Mercy Street is marriage, divorce, life, death, hungry, food. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a facet of different things. And guess what? It happens to a lot of different people. And even though I have to say allegedly, I remember before, because like with Will Smith, and I have to say allegedly, he's more famous now than ever. But when he first started off, back when he was on the Fresh Prince, I have to say allegedly, but this is known anyway, he had to file for bankruptcy. I have to say allegedly. MC Hammer filed for bankruptcies. I have to say allegedly, but it's true. Anybody can look that up. And look at Wesley Snipes. Allegedly, as rich as he was, he still didn't pay his taxes and got locked down. You get what I'm trying to tell you? So who? Because you got money. Now, money can't buy everything. I mean, money can help, but it can't buy everything. You know what I mean? It cannot buy everything. I brought that bucket. So that I'm gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna probably just bring it upstairs and put that in there to soak and separate them, open them up, unless you want to do it or you want me to do it. Okay. And I'll let it soak out, and we'll let it go over and see how that go, and then try whatever. You know what I mean? Just for the scent alone. Make it make sense, bro. But yeah, global. Amen. And I don't know how people don't understand that. That's what I'm not getting. And so many people, I promise you, we don't have it here. We don't do it there. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Watch and see what's happening. Y'all, excuse me. I keep trying to conquer drinking me a gallon of water a day. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot. But I've been doing all right. But yeah, and I keep saying to people that you are so quick, to say something, but you don't know. Just like I had one of my nice YouTubers in here a while ago, 4Cats, and we were talking about life from back in the days, and a lot of the stuff that I spoke about, I was a tiny child, but I remember. And a lot of times people they equate being independent as being poor. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, when I was coming up, I remember outhouses. And back then, when you bought a house, you owned the whole land and everything. Just like crime is everywhere. Amen, Patty. And that's the truth. You know what it is. That is the truth. But people keep saying, we live here. We can leave our door unlocked and all that. Yeah, okay. Now, I got one of my friends that said that, where he lived at, it's in the chat, that it's a community of only 2,000 people, I think he said. And they don't have no crime or nothing there. So I was like, wow. I'm trying to see if I could find it in my chat, because I'm like, wow. I believe he said it's only a community of like 2,000 people, and that they don't have any crime there at all. And I was like, wow. I've always known a lot of that stuff was everywhere, but he said, yeah, let me see, I'm looking at it up here now. He says, actually, I live in a town with only about 2,000 folks. No crime. Everyone waves. No one is poor, just very independent. That's what he said. So he's living his dream then. You know what I mean? But I know that back when I was coming up, a lot of people equated that as being poor. You know what I mean? And back then, I remember folks was having, when you, like I said, when you buy, and even in a family in Jamaica, them kind of ways like that too. A lot of them, let me see what she says. Some people. And you know what, Miss Patty? That's exactly what I say too, because I keep trying to tell people, like, you know how folks will say, well, I live up in this area and I live in the gated community and that kind of way like that. But there's some places that people are the next block over from a different income bracket. You get what I'm trying to say? And I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but folks will come around in different neighborhoods and turn up and tear up and cut the food. Definitely. And they'll go to other neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, and do stuff, you know what I mean? I remember too, and not to bring up nothing negative, but I don't know, if you remember years ago when Charles Manson, look, I have to say it allegedly, when he got got that crowd together with that cult, and they went up into those people, and I'm not bragging, but those people were from a different community, but you know what? Unfortunately, the crime came to them. And this is old stuff back in them days. You know what I'm talking about, Patty, way back. Those people that came, a lot of them that was working with and worshiping, Charles Manson allegedly. Those was all kinds of groupies that was a part of a cult. They were on drugs heavy, and most of them was like homeless too. You know what I'm talking about, drifters. And they went up into some, because not one of them, but they went up to those houses, and those people were like, one of them was, I'm trying to think, one of them was a famous actress. And she was the one that, was unlived, and she was pregnant. But they came from the streets up into these people houses that was, actresses and people with money and stuff. You know what I mean? Yes, you see what I'm talking about? And when they wandered up in those people houses, and that wasn't the only house, but when they wandered up in those people houses, they wasn't from that community. They were on a different income bracket, a different lifestyle and everything. You know what I mean? And they ended up where they went up and invaded. Just like I know some people that be saying, well, I'm on the borderline of the best place. And there's only a couple of blocks over. And I'm not being rude. You know what I mean? And you know how when you live in different city and state, you have entered so-and-so. But you entered, but you're only really a couple of blocks from what you may say, this is middle class. These people are more financially established than them in the hood. You know what I mean? It's just blocks and streets that shut it down. You know what I mean? And even when you live in a gated community, a lot of times people that got, all their family and houses up in them gated communities, there's no access, like, for people to just walk up in there off the street, because you got to drive and go in and all that. But people have broke in and things, and I'm not saying it to be negative. No place is safe. That's right. See, that's why I said, you got to watch, who you talk to and stuff. But wherever he live at, he living it up, though, because he said it's only like 2,000 people. I'm going to be honest with you. I could do that. I could do that because there's too many people and too much going on. And I know a lot of people always say, well, we live at is so safe that you don't have to lock your doors and stuff. Honey, I ain't never felt that comfortable nowhere. You understand? Well, I'm not telling people not to because I'm saying that, but I ain't never felt that comfortable nowhere. Because you ain't safe nowhere, like you said, on this earth. If danger can get to you, it's coming. Whoever gets to live at peace, good for them. Whoever's got that lifestyle and they're able to conquer that, and go ahead and go. I can honestly tell you that I wouldn't mind living somewhere where there is less population of people. To calm down, you know what I mean? To calm it down some. Because there's too much is happening out here, you know what I mean? I would love to be able to get somewhere and chill this out. Because it's too much going on. But I know that crime can happen anywhere, because what happens is people travel around, you know what I mean? Just like, I have to say it allegedly, but like with serial killers. Serial killers travel different places and commit their crimes as they go. You know what I mean? They go from different state to state and do stuff. And they may drive up in a quiet town and cut the food and, do some things. So nobody's safe, like you said, nowhere. You know what I mean? And whoever is living like that, I'm so glad, though, to hear that he said that, where he's from, they only got a certain amount of people. And, you hope that nobody comes through there with no mess, you know what I mean? But, just take the wrong person to pop up in your town and do something. And I pray for everybody that nothing like that happens. We got a lot of messed up stuff out here in this world, y'all. You better wake up and get your stuff down pat, because I know so many people that was, running around here not taking this stuff serious. But these eclipses and different things. I'm not saying for people to ball up and flip out. That's not what I mean. But you know, some places and communities are worse than others. But it's possible. And saying, yeah, I don't even know why people do that, Miss Patty. Though, if anybody can even try to, live like that, because that's not the world that we live in. I don't know how you can run and hide from it. You know what I mean? I know for a fact that life is lifing. You know what I mean? You said some places and communities, yes. And the thing is, people want to hide and run from it, but honey, this reality called life, you can't. That's why I like to talk about everything, because there's so much stuff that's happening to different people out here, and we all have to wake up. And a lot of things are supposed to be taken serious. People are making this stuff as a joke, and they're not preparing themselves. And like I said before, with this thing going on with the eclipse and stuff, I know that this was fun for people gathering, watching. I seen people in droves, and I'm not judging that. But see, with me, I'm not going nowhere to bring it in. Not that kind of thing. And I also want to watch for changes after I know something like that happened. But you know what? I had already been getting the signal and the know before it even came, because I'm up on that kind of stuff. And I promise you, I got plenty of videos that I put up that talks about different things like that. That come to pass. And a lot of times, when I talk to people, they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to be bothered. They got kind of weird with it, and misunderstood where I was coming from. Because when you start talking like this, people don't want to. They don't want to hear it. Well, some of them don't. But I know for a fact that a lot of this stuff I've been saying, because I've been seeing the changes. And I keep telling people too, especially too, when you get to yourself physically travel, and you don't even have to travel nowhere, just be where you live at, and you'll know it and see it. You get what I'm trying to explain to you? You can tell the difference about what is, the difference of what's in the rain. It's, oh gosh, it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff. Right, I do too, Miss Patty, because we all need to be able to share this stuff and talk with each other about what's really going on. And I mean, really get into it. And I feel like a lot of people, like you said, if this ain't the conversation for them, but I don't understand, and I know some things is not for everybody, but this stuff right here, this is, you can't just sit back here and just say, yeah, me and my family, we doing good, but this family, look, they got burnt out of their house. Oh, poor people. Oh, look at them. They got cancer. Oh, wow. Man, this is happening to everybody around you. It ain't just you people or them people. It's all of us that live in this world. You know what I mean? Good and bad falls. I mean, it's just everywhere. Good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. And it falls on the good people and the bad people. Good and bad, good and bad. We're not meant to make it, in this life without experiencing hurt and pain. This is what this world consists of. But if you do what you're supposed to do here, you will get the paradise that was promised. Because this right here, what we live in right now, was supposed to be paradise, and instructions weren't followed properly because we were given free will, and folks messed that up way a long time ago before we even came. We were given free will to go on and live our best life, and it got messed up. So what happened? God keeps trying to make it over and over again, and now it's a wrap. Because all of this different stuff that we have that has happened is something that is meant to happen to give us a chance to straighten up so that he can give us the paradise. But since people don't want to do it, man is trying to will everything in this life, God is taking control again. You get what I'm saying? And now it's done. See, there is no more chances. You know what I mean? There's no more do-overs. It is basically time to say la vie. And what does that mean? Who's making it into heaven and who ain't? That's what it is. Y'all know. We know what this is. We know exactly what this is. It's done. You remember, because when God went to talk to Noah, even just simply about building the ark. What did he tell everybody? What did Noah tell everybody? People was making fun of him while he was doing it, and he was explaining it's going to rain 40 days and 40 nights. You got to get it together. If you want to come, this is what's going to happen. And nobody didn't want to believe him. But why did God have him and his family leave off to be saved? Because they were true Christians and believers. That's why he protected over them. And whoever wanted to go had a right to go if they were willing to do right and live by his words and do what he say. What happened with Adam and Eve when they didn't listen to what he said to them? What happened? Eve did what she did, and that brought sin in the world. And by them bringing sin in the world, the first two kids that they had, one brother killed the other. That's because they started getting caught up in this stuff, doing it man's way, and not doing what God tells them to do. And that's exactly what happened. So, this had to change again. What happened the way they were over there in Sodom and Gomorrah and worshiping and doing all of that? What happened? They didn't do what they were supposed to do over there, so it got destroyed again. So how many times do we honestly think that this is we're going to keep getting a do-over before he had to put it down and say, let this go. This got to be go. I can't keep on, destroying, and people don't understand. With this being said, God is hurting too for the way he tried to give us all this stuff, and ain't nobody listening and doing right. How do you think he feel? You know what I mean? How do you think he feels? That just like with us, your parent is disappointed and hurt. He's not going to give up on us though, but he is disappointed and he is hurt. The same way anybody that's a parent, they understand that. The disappointment and hurt. And there's only, just like when you have kids, out here raising kids and grandkids, stepkids, nieces, nephews, there's only so many chances that they're going to get to keep doing something that you're trying to, teach them better. And after a while, there's going to be consequences. There's going to be consequences. You can't just keep on carrying on and doing what you want. And that's the same thing for the kids. You can't, if you're raising the kids and you training them up to be a certain kind of way, and they keep doing things, just like if you tell a child not to do something and they keep doing, what they want to do, you're gonna have consequences. Consequences are different things. You get punishment, you get time out, you know what I mean? You get things taken from you, and it goes on. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand that's exactly how that's done. Anything that you got going on, even if and I'm not trying to be in nobody's business or nothing, but even if you are in a marriage, and you got a husband or a wife that not necessarily even just cheating, but a husband and a wife where they're doing something that's not working in a relationship. That could be anything. That could be somebody having a gambling problem. That could be somebody got a drug problem. And you're telling them they got to change their ways. And if they don't, there has to be consequences. And that's the truth. I don't understand how people don't see where God is with this type of thing here, and how much is more, he's going to put up with before this has to end now. We can't keep on around with this. We got to get somewhere and get our stuff together and do what he tells us to do, because this is his world. We live in it. We just live any kind of way we want. We got to do what he say, or he's shutting it down, and it's about to be shut down. Period. I don't understand why folks don't seem to understand any of that. I don't get it. I really don't. You got to do what you're told. This is nothing to play with. What he says goes. Period. You know what I mean? There ain't no and, if, buts, or maybes, or none of that. It's time to do it right, or it's going to be done for you. You can keep clowning and think you got tomorrow, and you can keep doing it, and bop, 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 and boop, boop, boop. But at some point, he's got the final word, and it's about to go boom, tickety, boom. And we all know that this is going down right now. That's why they say you got to get yourself ready because the end game is here. It's now. You don't even know, even though a lot of folks, like I keep saying, no disrespect to anybody, but a lot of people got kids that they want to see grow up and get married and their grandkids. And you say, well, dang, if the world ends now, then my daughter never got married or my grandkids, God, if God got paradise planned for you, all that's going to happen. Ain't nobody stopping that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to stop that. That's not what we're talking about. And like I said before, I know I've been talking a long time here, and I know you people are busy and everybody got stuff to do. So I'm gonna get ready to sign off here. And I thank you guys so much for coming. I'm definitely gonna be picking back up tomorrow. I appreciate every one of you guys here. I wish you guys the best. I'm always, thinking about you guys. I'm always happy and excited to get on YT to hang out with you guys. I support you guys' channels. I thank you guys for giving me a whole lot of your time. And all y'all know though, I can honestly tell you, everybody that's in the live right now can tell you that I be riding with them. And I got their back. Everyone in the lives that come to check me out can honestly tell you that I definitely stick by them just as much as they stick by me. And I promise you, and the reason why I do it is because I like your content. We are family, we are friends, and we're here loving on one another. You know what I mean? And that's what matters. That's why I keep saying, folks, let's really do this thing and enjoy it. You know what I mean? This thing and enjoy it. Do it good. And I know that folks can be anywhere that they want to be in the world. And when you have people that decide that they want to come in and see you, even if it's for a minute or a second, that means that they care about you. And I know some folks, maybe clown around on YT, but for the most part, I like to think that we do have people that really care about you and that really are your friends. You know what I mean? Yes, you too, beautiful Patty. I'm getting ready to head out myself. I was trying to make sure I let everybody know. I don't know if you've been hearing me talking, but bless you. Bless you. And thank you so much for coming. And I definitely will see you sooner than later, either over at your house or somewhere. You know what I mean? We all, we making our rounds and loving and hugging each other up. And I promise you, I thank you so much, Patty. And you're such a beautiful lady. And what I like about you, you have the outer beauty and the inner beauty. And I love your smile and you're kind. You talk so sweet. You love it. And honey, you be throwing down there on the food. And you know what I like about you too is that you keep a very, very pristine, clean house. You cook in a clean kitchen. You keep your yard pristine. You are an awesome plant mom, a great grandmom, and a mother, honey. You know what? You truly blessed, and you bring in a whole lot of good stuff. And your family is so lucky to have you, and I'm glad that I get a chance to spend time with you as well, because you are super duper amazing, and I mean that. And I thank you more than words can say. I appreciate you. And I hope you keep gathering and doing good with your channel because you talk. And I love the way you talk when we get over there by that window, Tony. I love when we get over by that window and you be talking and I see the mini blinds. I'd be so happy and I'd be just sitting back getting cozy and enjoying it. I promise you, Patty, every bit of it's true. Every bit of it's true because I see how you've been going out doing your vlogs and have your grandson with you and you do everything. You can tell that you got God in your life because you do everything in a way that you appreciate things. And you cook some good food, sister. Oh my goodness. You be throwing down over there and you eat healthy and you love the Lord. Do you know how awesome it is to meet somebody like you? Because there's a lot of folks that ain't with it like they say they are. But you can tell how you live and how you act. You know what I mean? And I can see that you're at a nice peace and calm in your life. And that's because you're a good person, you're a good steward of God, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're blessed and highly favored. And I thank you for gracing me with some of your time because it feels good to have angels here on earth like you around me. And I really mean it. And I thank you. And I know your family is loving it. You got it going on, sis. You got it going on. And I just bought me two new plants to add to my family today too. I'm gonna start showing my plants as well too. Oh, Patty, thank you. And you know what? I wish I could, because I used to have the folks that would like, to watch you actually, or me actually cook like from scratch, and I know how to make some stuff up, some 20-minute meals and stuff, but for some reason the people, certain people I have got a short attention span, or everybody's busy. So what I do is I just show the food plated. Oh, excuse me. I show the food plated. I'm drinking all this water. I show the food plated, or when it's in the pot cooking. And I try my best because I came from, a mix. So we have to, I wasn't raised where, you just learn how to cook just this side. We had to go in for different foods. And I try my best to throw down there when I can. And I do like, when you can get a can of kidney beans and, and cook that and have it cooked up right quick, and some lima beans and black eyed peas, you know what I'm saying, to throw a ham hock, neck bone, turkey, something in there. But I also like when you do the old school stuff, you know how you can do it. And I know we all want to get out the kitchen quicker now, but once in a while I will do that old laboring where you soak the beans out. You know what I mean? The beans in the bag, and you pick out all the messed up ones in the rocks and soak it, and you cook it for hours. I love that old good cooking too. But sometimes, we need a little bit of help because we've been in this kitchen for some long years. But I promise you, everything you do is your face, your hair, and you got some beautiful teeth too. You got it together. You're living and glorified, sis. I promise you, you got that going on, and I love it. Everyone can't stay. Yes. And that's what pre-retirement was telling me too. She said people don't watch her long either. And I used to do it too. I would have all of the ingredients set out, all of the cans and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about, all the seasoning, and talk about the seasoning and all that. And I realized that folks has changed and they don't have enough time anymore. And some people have short attention span. So I just stopped doing it and I just cut to the chase. And I wish I could be on camera, and then I feel like I might be nervous when I get a chance to, once I get this mess straightened out in my life. And I promise you, I haven't done anything wrong to anybody. And I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. But I got caught up, I won't say caught up in any mess. The mess found me by me just living my life and working. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Yes, me too, Pat. Listen, we from the old school. You know what I'm trying to explain to you? We from the old school. I know exactly what you mean because I know with us, all of that, and them cakes and all that stuff from scratch tastes better. I don't care. I know we can make something from the box taste good, but I promise you, ain't nobody got nothing on them cakes and stuff from back in the days. There's nothing. I don't care what nobody say. The stuff from scratch is bussin'. Do you hear me? The stuff from scratch is way better than a lot of the stuff in the box. And I know that a lot of folks can make stuff, from the box taste like something from scratch, but honey, it ain't nothing like doing that actual straight up cooking. Oh my goodness. Woo. And I had some family members, some of them are not here anymore. They refuse to make a box cake. They cook all of their stuff straight up from scratch. That old school, good, healthy food, and tasty, and it take a lot of time up in the kitchen. But when you get in the kitchen to cook like that, nothing's impossible. You enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I know we said we getting ready to hang up here because I know you said you getting ready to shut it down. I'm sorry, I keep on talking. Some different pound cakes. Everyone wants instant. I know. Everything instant. That's why I always take my time, and no matter how fast this world trying to rush things along, and I'll take my time and cook me a good old pot of pinto beans right from scratch and let it take a while. And sometimes, because I got a you know how you have them old school pressure cookers from back in the days that jump around the stove, and then I also got the Instant Pot, but sometimes I like to get my Dutch oven. soak them beans out and pick the rocks and stuff out and go on and cook it old way. The old school where you take time and let that meat get tender. If you're gonna put in a smoke, turkey meat, or if you're gonna put in, a ham hock and let that cook real good for a while. Then you add your beans and really be in that kitchen working on that thing 3-4 hours. I promise you, I like to get down like that because you miss a beat sometimes when you leave those kind of things out of your life and not having that good old meal. And what I noticed too is like my grandmother and a lot of the older matriarchs of the family, all of them was doing really good until they came up to, like coming up to the States from being in Fort Valley, Georgia, and Jamaica and Puerto Rico. A lot of elderly people have gotten sick once they touched down. You know how folks have been living for some long years and been healthy and fine. But as soon as they started coming up to the States and stuff like that, they started getting sick and started having all this diabetes and high blood pressure. And nobody never said, well, mama got the pressure when she was down south. You know what I'm talking about, right? They said, something different. Scratch is better and it's healthier and you know what's in it. It's good from scratch sometimes, but I showed the plate only. Me too, I do it. You know what? I do too, Patty. I do too, because folks ain't popping right. Like right now, I promise you, I got so many bags of beans in here, different kinds of good old pinto and lima and all kinds of different beans in here. And then I got me a mix with, like about 10 different beans in it. And I got all that stuff. And a lot of times, like you said, I go on and cook it up and take my time and enjoy having it cooking on the stove while I do a million things in the background. And I just come show it plated. And sometimes I don't even tell them it's from scratch because folks don't see me. They're in a different time now. You know what I mean? She said, I like cooking dried beans, picking all the rocks out and soaking. Yes, I do. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? And I tell you another thing too. She says, me too, beans and rice. Oh, I could eat it all the time, child, if my stomach would allow me. And that's the thing that's so funny about it is that we got so many good old school things and people may not like it, but I used to love to pick greens, child. Oh my goodness. I used to love to pick greens. I know that it's laboring and we get it all in the bag because I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do. But I remember back in the days where we used to soak them greens out. You remember that? Yes. Yes. Amen. Yes, ma'am. And I remember when I was younger, my grandmother used to take her time and do that with them. One of my grandmothers, she used to take her time with the greens and pick them clean, get all them green worms out. And some people soak it in salt water for a while, and then you sit there and you pick them out and then you pick the stems off. But she used to always keep a certain amount of stems so that you can have some of that as extra, not throw it all away, you know what I mean? And then she used to make that cornmeal, that white cornmeal with that Indian on the bag. You know what I'm talking about? And when she used to eat her collard greens, she would get some collard greens and a little bit of meat in them greens and get that cornbread and break it up. And she would take a swipe of the collard greens together with the cornbread and eat it by hand. And she said, I have to eat it by hand because if I use a fork, it ain't gonna taste good. So we did a lot of that stuff where we ate it by hand. And I used to love that. We eat lots of beans and rice. Yes, I love it. I love it. Beans and rice, I could eat it all the time. And I promise you, we used to really love, even now I may, not as I used to do, but once in a while, I promise you, I buy me some fresh greens and I sit down and I cut them greens real good, cut them down and relax while they're soaking out and enjoy it. Because it used to be like a team. You know what I mean? It used to be like a team. Like you would get, we would all sit there together and one person would do this to the greens. Then they pass them down and you do that to the greens. Then you get somebody else that'll roll the greens up and start chopping them. And you know what I'm saying? And we, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. All of that good kitchen cooking and love and with God floating around you and doing your thing and the house smelling good and folks know that it's going to be a good old supper. I mean, from scratch too. I remember too, when they used to make the cornbread from scratch. And I know even with me, with my other family, like I have, around the world and from the island, they do all that dumplings and stuff from scratch. You know what I mean? Old school when you used to get fish. Because I meant to tell you, I don't know if you ever ate them or not, but I finally found a place where I can get me some porgies. And I remember when I was younger, we were so small that they used to give us a can to go fishing with, or a stick, because we were little kids, and we used to catch porgies. And I finally found me some porgies after all these years, because it was hard to find it in the States. Anytime I went to the States, couldn't hardly find the porgies. Now I'm able to find the porgies, and they are so good. She says my fingers and all over this keyboard. Sorry for errors. Oh no, that's all right. I don't mind it, Miss. I don't mind it, Miss Patty. It's all good. But yeah. They used to be the fish that you throw down, and a lot of people just be throwing together, fish and grits, and don't even know what we talking about, the old school staple way of making fish and grits. You know what I mean? Really getting down with the fish and grits, old school. And that be some fish that grandmama or somebody that went out there and scaled that fish and chopped that head and took everything out of it, not pre-made from the store, fresh fish that granddaddy came home with, that he had just caught by the riverside. You know what I'm talking about? And come up in that kitchen and clean that fish up and get you some grits. Sure did. And that definitely was the way that we was able to get that good authentic, good old fashioned, old school food and be fed up well. And see, with food like that, whenever you get a chance to eat that good solid food, you didn't have to go back for another serving, because it would take you all the way through, because you ate something good and substantial, and you don't feel stuffed. You know how they call the itis. We didn't ever have the itis. We had the comfort where you get back, after you sitting there eating, you start, messing around, have your toes fiddling around. We was eating like that. You know what I'm talking about? Getting it in. But I know I said I was going to let you go, Miss Patty. I'm enjoying this conversation and smiling that I can't even get off this keyboard, but I'm going to stop messing with it, because I know you probably got to go soon, too. She said my grandmama stayed on the fish creek. Oh, I know y'all was getting it in, honey. I told you, these folks be talking about a fish fry these days, and I ain't going to lie, they ain't got nothing on back in the day. They ain't got nothing on back in the day, honey. They don't know what a fish fry is. You get back, and even with me too, like going to the island, they do all of that crayfish and steam it and all that. Folks ain't got nothing on them old type of cooking where everything is from scratch. You didn't go nowhere. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to the market and buying a bag of whitings and that type of stuff, but back then these folks clean this fish and stuff they self. And they made, and with me too, I love like river rice. I know you heard of that before. A lot of them good old rices that people try to ignore and don't be paying attention to. I used to love me some river rice, and obviously Carolina rice. You know what I'm talking about. The good old goodies that people take for granted these days. And that's why I like to sit down here with my family, and sometimes I don't even tell them, and I go in there and I start cooking a good old meal, and they be like, oh, this tastes different. And you know about making some mashed potatoes from scratch, where you get them mashed potatoes and you boil them potatoes on the stove yourself after you done peel them and cut them up. And you mix it up if you want it, whatever kind of way you like yours, with your milk and the butter from scratch. Them potatoes taste so good, and make some gravy from scratch, using from Rruk, from where you done cook some, whether you cook some pork chops, cube steak, whatever meat you cook, chicken, and get that, just a little bit of that oil and flavor left in that pan, and start mixing your flour in, and it ain't nothing like that gravy. Talking about eating. Oh my goodness, honey, and that's that food that's cooked with love. Everybody like it, and a lot of folks ain't hungry no more after that either. Yes, cream, yes, potatoes with, yes. And that, oh my goodness, Patty, I'm going to tell you too, that same milk right there, evaporated milk, that same milk, I remember when I was a child, before they had, and I'm not saying anything wrong with folks having these, coffee made creamers and stuff, because I like them and stuff myself, but back when I was younger, they used to use the evaporated milk for coffee. They used used to use that in coffee, and that used to be so good. And I said, I'm gonna make me a cup of coffee like that one day. Go back in the day. They used to do that, and also too a lot of these good, like different cereals, farina, and that type of stuff like that. Cream of wheat. You use some of that and developed milk in there. Oh my gosh, the evaporated milk, and even too when we make our macaroni and cheese, we use that evaporated milk too. And I remember too, we used to have back when I was young, we used to have that milk that was powder. That was the bomb though. It was the bomb. And we use that evaporated milk, and it make the macaroni and cheese taste so good. Even if you did a quick, pot on the stove or something, and you throw the right kind of ingredients in it, that'd be so good. But that evaporated milk changed the game. It used to be so good in coffee. Because I remember back in the days, they didn't have all them creamers. You would use some cream, or you would use that evaporated milk for your coffee and set it right off. And I also remember too when I was younger that when at my grandma's house when they used to get milk delivered, it used to be in the glass bottles too. She says yes, that pet milk in the coffee, yes, I suck pet milk in water with the Karo syrup, yes. And that Karo syrup is in there to help with constipation so you won't get blocked. And it add a little flavor in it. You know what I'm talking about, Miss Patty. You know what I'm talking about with that Karo syrup. And you know how many different women of today that don't breastfeed, but they get that Similac and then their child be blocked and constipated. And I always say, add a little bit of syrup in there, a little Karo syrup, not just no maple, none of that. A little bit of Karo syrup in it and see what happens. And honey, I promise you, I've helped so many different people out. So many different people out that didn't even know that. Because I know I was raised up and I knew that stuff back when I was young. And all of that good old stuff is good. I'm going to make, I'm going to see, because I believe I got me some in here, some evaporated milk, and have me a cup of coffee with it in there. Because I want one of them old school. And I remember, my grandmother and them used to make their coffee because, a lot of the men like it there straight black. But the women, they use that evaporated milk, or like you just said, because I forgot about the pet milk. They use that pet milk, and they may drop in maybe 2 teaspoons of sugar and give that a swirl and make it a certain color. And that coffee be hitting. It be busting. Oh, I remember those days, and I kept saying, I'm going to make me a cup of coffee like that, and then I forgot all about it, but now I'm going to make sure I remember to make me one of them good old cups of coffee from back in the day, and enjoy it. It's absolutely delicious. And that milk, I don't care what nobody say, when you put that pet milk in that type of stuff like that, that milk is good. And I did a video a long time ago, or it was a short, and I was telling different people about how they were, everybody, and I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but this was back when C-19 hit. For some reason, women were really struggling very hard to find all of the formula for their kids, struggling, going to different towns and states, and families shipping milk to each other because they couldn't find milk nowhere. And I got on there and I put this up to show them that, y'all got to go back to the old days where you get that pet milk, because if you look at the pet milk, got all of the all the vitamins and stuff that you need in the milk, and that a lot of them Similacs and all that Isomil and all them milks like that pet milk, I kept telling folks it'll be fine, but nobody wanted to listen. See, and that's good when you can do that breastfeeding, child. That is a good thing. That right there, God equipped our bodies specially just for something like that, ma'am. And that is absolutely awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And I know for a lot of women, some of them couldn't breastfeed because of something medical or whatever have you. And I kept telling them, when y'all was struggling with that formula, y'all better check that pet milk out. Because if you look at that pet milk is It's got all the vitamins and minerals that you get when you do that milk in the can. But breast is best, honey. If you can do the breast, and a lot of women say they don't like to breastfeed their child because they mess their breasts up. Well, you can pump the milk and put it in the bottle if that's really what you want to do. But that pet milk, honey, let me tell you, folks don't understand. A lot of these old milks from back when we was kids, it comes in handy. And I don't know if you ever remember back in the day too. And I'm gonna stop talking to you, Def, because I love spending time with you. But do you ever remember back? And I'm gonna probably mention this again in another video. Do you ever remember getting that big old log of that yellow cheese that made the best macaroni and cheese? It made the best grilled cheese sandwiches, and getting that pork. It would be the can would be silver, and it would have on it printed a cow, a chicken, and a pig to indicate pork. And boy, that was some of the best meat to make pulled pork with. Ooh, chicken salad. You got that right. That's exactly what it is too. It be medication and medical, and some of them just don't want to. I know that's right, and I think breast is best, but a lot of women don't want to, and there's so many different reasons why. So they have to rely on that formula. And I keep telling people, because I know a lot of women that's bought breast milk from other women. I don't tell nobody what to do, but I go, but I know that you gotta when you get desperate, because I promise you, I don't know if you've seen how crazy everybody was going when they kept having a shortage. You remember how bad the toilet paper was? Well, it got that bad with formula for children because of the C that came out. You know, when the C was out here, it got so bad that people couldn't get a hold of no formula nowhere, and they didn't look into other options from back in the day that's just as good now. Because what they're drinking the milk for is for the vitamins and minerals in it. Remember them kind of yes, ma'am. Back in the days, oh yes, I remember that, and I promise you, they ain't never made no cheese. I mean, we got a lot of good cheese out here, Goudas and all that, but I promise you, they ain't never made no cheese that good again. That cheese right there, to make macaroni and cheese with it, to turn around there and make you a good grilled cheese sandwich, just slice it nice and thin. Oh my goodness, amazing. Breast milk. I think that I don't think that's appropriate. And you know what? I ain't judging nobody. I don't want nobody to get mad at me in the bushes, but I can't do that. No, no, no. I don't care if they saying that these parents, the mothers, been tested for diseases and AIDS. I don't think that's appropriate. And not to be funny, but I'm going to say it in a nice way because I don't know who's in the bushes. I don't want nobody to feel uncomfortable. But you remember when they had black folks locked down, they would have a lot of the women breastfeeding their babies for them. You know where I'm going with this. I'm just leave it like that, y'all. Look, allegedly. You know what I'm talking about, Miss Fatty. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it, and I wouldn't buy it. And I don't think it's right. Yes, that cheese. Listen to me, and I don't know if you ever seen where they had the pork. They had the chicken, in the can. And man, listen, that was some of the best meat to cook. It came in that silver can with them, with the black. It was printed like a cow, a chicken, and a pig on them cans. And I promise you, that was some of the best pulled pork. And when my family used to make it, we used to have chicken salad sandwiches, and oh my gosh, it was so good. On pet milk, and that's why I kept telling a lot of women. I think they thought I was crazy here on YT. I even put it on Instagram about different stuff that you can use as a resource because y'all women are struggling because C19 and y'all ain't. I'm telling you, women was doing bad with finding milk for their babies. I promise you, it didn't even matter if they had a voucher. Walmarts, everywhere they was at around the world, I promise you, people was shipping stuff for other folks across the water that couldn't get a hold of any milk, and nobody would listen about the pet milk. Nobody didn't want to hear about the pet milk. She says, yes, I remember the silver cans with the black print. Yes, honey, that daggone, I promise you, all three of the meats was good. because I remember, my, family making pulled pork sandwiches with it. I remember chicken salad with it. You know what I'm talking about. All of the meats in them cans was good. All of them. And then they had the cow, the chicken, and the pig. And it be that big old silver can, with that black lettering on it. And I promise you, that was some good eating. That was some good eating. Oh my goodness, that cheese is so good, but you got to be careful with it because it'll mess around and get you blocked. If it's food that tastes good, but you keep going in there eating, it will get you blocked. But that cheese was the bomb.com. I will never forget that cheese. And I know that we had so many different cheeses out here, but ain't none never been that good. That one was the top. And even that type of pork and chicken, that was good. That meat was good in that can. Oh, yes, they did. You let mom and them throw down and make some pulled pork. Anything they made, because it was only 3 of them in the can. The chicken, the pork, chicken, the pork, and the beef. I ain't never tasted nothing as good as that before. They got good stuff out because modern technology done came up with a whole lot of good gaga, but there was never nothing like that. I'll never forget that. Never forget it. All that old good stuff. Good old stuff that people take for granted and don't know nothing about. God be amen. And thank God. Yes, thank God, honey. Because I promise you, we got like when this C-19 hit, you should see how even right now with these YouTubers that we got, all of them was, fussing and upset and overwhelmed where they could not find no milk nowhere for their babies. I seen, these ones with some big channels, sisters sending sisters formula from the state where they at because they didn't have it. They was all on Instagram and asking people to help them with milk and things like that. And these were some folks that had some big channels, but they weren't able to get connected with the right people to get some milk. And that was bad when that C-19 hit. I didn't know that was that much of a crisis going on until I started seeing a lot of them women that are YouTubers struggling with that issue. I was like, wow. Glory be to God for the ones that didn't have to go through it. But there has been so many folks that got hit bad. And I promise you, the folks that I'm talking about, they got hit so bad, it was just like, you remember what happened with that toilet paper, right? They was like that behind the milk. Yes, breastfeeding too, because there's a lot of women that, certain women that I know that was starting off to put their kids on formula, but when there was no formula, they decided to go on and breastfeed because they had no other choice because they couldn't find no milk. And that's for real. That's for real. That ain't even a game. And these women, I promise you, with some big channels was crying out for milk because they couldn't find it. Couldn't find nowhere. It got bad, just like the toilet paper. That's why I said if you can breastfeed, do what you gotta do. And some of them women, like I said, they weren't able to get no milk. So some of them, but they just had that baby, and they still had milk in them. You know what I mean? So they went on and decided to go on the breastfeed because they knew they couldn't find no milk nowhere else. And I got a lot of these folks that have big channels. I promise you. Even one of my YouTubers that got a big channel, and wife was a nurse and couldn't find it. All right, have a good one, sweetie. Thank you so much. Bless you. Bye for now. Thank you so much, my dear. Blessings to you and your family. You got a sweet little. I'm heading out. I know you heading out too, but you got a sweet little old young grandbaby. That is so cute. That is so cute. Thanks, everyone. Thank you too, beautiful. I appreciate you, and I definitely will see you sooner than later. Miss Patty, thank you for your time, and I can't wait to come over there and check out some more of your content. God bless you and your family. Bye for now.